Hello everybody and welcome to the video. My name is Patrick Musilek and I want to let you know that this particular video is part of a much larger project called the Harry Potter Podcast. It is a podcast I recorded with my nephew back in 2021 when he was only 10 years old and getting ready to read the first Harry Potter book for the very first time. So we recreated this whole podcast all around that. It's only one season for reasons that we'll get into on the show. You can listen to it if you want. But it's just one single season. It's 14 episodes. We're super proud of how it turned out. So if you're a big Harry Potter fan and that sounds interesting to you, you can check us out. We are part of the alohomora Alohomora podcast sort of family. So you should be able to find us at alohomorapodcast.com. We should have our own little separate side page there. You should also be able to search for us just Harry Potter Podcast online. We have a full-length album that also accompanies this project of all original songs that my nephew and I created at the time for this show. So you can find that at patrickmusilek.bandcamp.com. That's my full name, PatrickMusilek. And then all the videos for this project will exist here on my YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/PatrickMusilek. Thank you so much for being interested in this, and I hope you enjoy the video and the project as a whole. Thank you for being a fan of Harry Potter, and thank you for enjoying this content. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Harry Potter ever. Unless, as Chloe gets older, she decides she wants to do something for Harry Potter, or Harry Potter, then we could do Harry Potter, volume 0.2 or something like that. Everybody, it has been, I believe, two or 3 years since we recorded anything for this. And so we decided that since we've gone through a lot and done a lot of things, we are going to record one final piece of this puzzle. We are getting ready to release the entire, basically what's going to be the entire Harry Potter. It'll basically just be the first season. We recorded season 2 as well, but it wasn't really as good, we didn't think. So while we're talking about it, you guys, if you're thinking of something that we talked about in season 2, but we're not releasing that, so just be aware of that.
All right. Well, I don't know if I'll remember.
I know. But move the mic a little closer to you. There you go, because you talk quiet. That's better. And as you move, you can move the microphone.
Okay.
Too. So, everybody, this is Hunter, but significantly older.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patrick.
And my name is Hunter.
And we are here to, like I said, record the final episode of Harry Potter. So, first thing we have to do.
Open our pops.
We have to open our pops.
Should you be able to, squeeze the can of pops and be able to squeeze it?
No.
Well, you can.
Well, then yours is probably going to explode.
Yours
all
can
over
too.
Everything. Just a little bit, but not very much.
Well, mine can't that much.
I know. But yeah, yes, you shoot a little bit.
Okay, ready, set, hike. Tastes good.
It does taste good. So a lot has happened since the end of episode 13. Hunter read, and we recorded, like I said, you can take those glasses and the hat off whenever you want.
Going to take
They're very annoying. Off. Just push and hold the buttons on the side and it should stop. Yeah, like there. That. You can Here, I'll just put them off to the side. No, don't do that.
They don't bend, so I mean...
No, they don't bend.
They would not. It would not be good. It doesn't really
work that way.
Not working.
But that's okay.
So a lot has happened in the time that we have spent apart from the show. We're getting ready to release the entire show. As I said, we're getting ready to release the album as well. And at this point, when you're listening to this, we will have obviously everything out. So thank you very much for checking this out. However you did check it out, however you found this. As of the time of us recording this, actually, today is November 29th. Yes. I believe. November 29th, 2025. And we still haven't uploaded everything, finalized everything yet, but I've had the album done for 3 years now, and I've had all of the pieces of the podcast. I'm slowly assembling them and putting them together, just as a little bit of a behind the scenes type of thing there. So what this is going to be is our final sort of goodbye with Hunter for the series, for Harry Potter in general. As of this point, Hunter, can you tell everybody what you have experienced in the Harry Potter world?
I've watched every movie.
Mm-hmm.
I've played Hogwarts Legacy, not all the way through. I completed the story, but I didn't complete all like the side quests and whatnot that are in the game.
He hasn't visited like every small hamlet and stuff.
Yeah.
But he rolled credits on it.
I read the first, second, and third book, and
Did you finish the third book?
yeah,
So you read the whole third book yourself?
yes.
We recorded the first and second book, listening to the audiobooks, and then when we were done with that and we decided not to record or continue recording, I gave Hunter the first couple of books and said, you can read these if you want to. And was it part of school?
Yeah, it's for my book report that we have to do.
And when was that? 2 years ago?
Well, last year during 8th grade, I did the book report on the first and second book, and then this year for the first quarter, I did
The third book. Okay, so he read through the entire third book himself, which is great. And we recorded the first season in 2021. And this over the summer, and then we finished it kind of watching the movie and everything over the winter break. And then we tried to record the second season over the summer of 2022, but Hunter was busier, and so it took us until the Christmas break to kind of get everything there finished as well, including watching the movie. And then in the ensuing time, a lot of things have happened. Hunter has grown up quite a bit, as you can tell, just listening to his voice.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, that was pretty much all I needed. And also in that time, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and so kind of one of the part of the reasons we decided to move on without doing. Well, first of all, Hunter, I don't think really was enjoying the process of the reading it and everything the way we were doing really that much. And when we recorded the second season, Hunter just didn't really have that much to say. And which is totally fine. We said from the very beginning, from the very first episode, if Hunter stopped enjoying doing this, then we wouldn't continue doing it. And so that was kind of the vibe we were getting. And when we recorded the second season, we had a lot of fun things. We did fun things in it. And I don't know if I'll ever go to the trouble of editing it and releasing it. Maybe I would if this gets like a bunch of like eyes on the show and everything and people enjoy it and stuff, then maybe I would think about it. But in that season, in the first season, we sorted Hunter into his house, which was
Gryffindor.
And so then in the second season, we sorted both of my parents. And do you remember what yours was?
It was the same as yours.
So you both got I remember Dad got Ravenclaw, and I was like, "What? There's no way he's not in Slytherin." we thought that at the time, like, "There's no way."
We did.
But he does think things through quite a bit, and I think you both got Ravenclaw.
I think so.
And they both answered the questions differently. Like they were not here when each other was doing it. I don't think, if I remember. So we did do some fun stuff like that, and Hunter did enjoy aspects of it, but we just didn't really feel like it was like really great. And then some weird stuff happened at the end of 2022 that just kind of brought our excitement for the project down a little bit. And then we went for a couple of years, and then at the very beginning of 2024, like I said, I was diagnosed with cancer, with leukemia, ALL style leukemia, and we spent basically all of last year trying to go to the hospital and treat that, and it was basically took up our entire year. And then this year, we went through the whole process for 10 months of doing treatment for that, and then we found out that the cancer was coming back, and the treatment worked to knock the cancer back to like absolutely nothing, but it was starting to come back. And so they decided that I needed a bone marrow transplant. So in April of this year, I got a bone marrow transplant, and we stayed in the hospital. Mom and I stayed in the hospital for 100 days after the transplant was over. And so that was a whole long journey we did. But because of that, last year we decided to just go ahead and start watching the movies and just try to complete the movies when we could. And so we were not in a big rush with them or anything, but we decided to just start with them and see how we were going. And then my thought has been, if Hunter watches the movies, learns the whole story, and then in the future, if he wants to, he can read the books at his own pace, and we'll just discuss them, as he goes through them and finds things that aren't in the show or whatever. So what this specific thing is that you're listening to or watching now, if you're just listening on the website or however we have the podcast set up, just know we did record this part as well. and we are hold on. Actually, it doesn't really matter. We should be fine. So we are going to go over. So in this specific thing that we're doing now, what we're recording now, we're going to go over Hunter's thoughts of the series as a whole. And I think it'll be fun because he's only seen the movies at this point. And like you said, we said he's read up to the fourth book, but he hasn't read the fourth book. So we're going to go over the movies, see if he kind of understood what was happening. We did talk as we were watching the movies a little bit briefly at the end of each of the movies, kind of like what he thought and everything. So we'll go over that in this video. And then we're going to I think it'll be really fun. I'm going to show Hunter all of the books. He can look at the books. We've got a few things to look at that I acquired over the last few years, Harry Potter things that I couldn't show Hunter before because he wouldn't have understood them, or I didn't want to spoil anything by showing it to him. So we've got a couple things like that. So we're going to do lots of visual stuff in this. So I recommend watching the video if you can, but we will also have this as a sort of an episode of the podcast, though there will be no special intro for it. We're not making a song for it or anything like that. We're not doing anything special like that. This will just be the sort of final thing since we're so far along, and we don't want to rush through it or anything like that, but we are in a hurry. So let's see. I think a good place to start, I want to show Hunter. First of all, I'm going to take my hat off because I'm not going to wear the hat the whole time. I just wanted to show off my Muggle hat. I can't remember what we showed off the first time or not.
I like my hat. My hat keeps my head warm. And
I know, and it's a little chilly down here in our basement.
It just snowed actually yesterday.
Today.
About 6 inches, I would say.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
in Nebraska.
staying now. Mm-hmm. But it'll probably melt all away since
it was the first snow we got.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which it's late for that.
Good job, you guys. You guys know what we're doing. Mm-hmm. Oh, Hunter, do you want Harry Potter's wand for this
Voldemort.
video? Or Voldemort's wand?
Voldemort. Because I'm a bad boy. Like in Hogwarts.
And you have to hold it like Voldemort holds his wand, like this in the movies or whatever, how he holds it some kind of funky way like this. Something like that, I don't know.
He kind of extends his finger out like
It's
he's shooting a gun.
It's
almost.
weird.
So that was Cedric.
It's weird. It's weird, that's all we know. Okay, so first thing I want to show Hunter is something I have a big movie poster that I showed in the first season. And so now I can finally, after years and years, get out and show my the companion poster that I have for that. So Hunter, this is my absolute all-time favorite promotional image ever that's ever been released.
That looks like the castle from Hogwarts Legacy.
It's just Hogwarts.
I know.
You nerd. So this is... No, you're fine.
Wait, hold on. Let me move my pop.
I'm not going to do anything.
The lights glare.
I know. I got to move it so that it doesn't.
Okay.
So anyway, I have this poster, and then I have the first poster from the very first movie, but the British edition. I showed it off before, but I have that. And so I have had to keep this poster hidden for the last 4 years.
It's burning.
Yeah, when they released this image,
fire.
Hunter, I was like so pumped, and I actually have a screensaver on my computer. I don't know if I can set this up in such a way that people can see it, but it don't matter. When they originally released that image, I downloaded for my PlayStation 4. My PlayStation 3, I think it was at the time. Did PlayStation 3 have dynamic themes?
No.
Just the PS4.
Yes.
So it was for the PS4, and I was living in Omaha at the time. And they released I still have the file saved, but I don't know how to go into it and like remove or like see the different elements of it to like edit the image. But someone created a background for the PS4 that was a dynamic theme that had the castle there, and the fire was actually firing, like it was actually burning. And it's
cool.
To this day one of my favorite things I've ever seen Harry Potter related. And I think someone just made it using like I don't know if it was official Warner Brothers released or not. But I love that. I love that image. I think it's really awesome. And I think it was perfectly encapsulated, like the feeling and the excitement at the time when the movies were coming out, right? Because we'd all read the book. Everybody knew what was going to happen. But in the book, the battle takes place over a large section, like a big chunk of the last part of the book is the big battle. But we didn't know what was going to be happening in the movies. And so the fact that they do a pretty good job, almost like the entire the eighth film is like the battle. So that was really fun and exciting, and something that I'm really glad that I can now put out and have in my videos on my YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. So that was a very exciting thing. And then let's see. Now that I've shown that and we've got that kind of out of the way, that's a good segue to talk about the movies. So Hunter has experienced the entire story with all the movies. Let's go through and discuss what you think about... Well, I thought it would be fun to have Hunter summarize each movie for us.
I got you.
So let's start with the first movie, and you can summarize what happens in that one.
So the first movie is about... It introduces Harry, basically, and Hogwarts and all of its secrets. But the main...
All of its secrets?
Not all its secrets,
Yeah,
but some of its secrets.
Right.
And then... Well, the plot of the movie is... Harry...
You don't have to really go too deeply into it, but just like the important stuff.
Harry wonders what the stone... Or the thing that everyone's been talking about at Hogwarts.
Someone tried to break into Gringotts and steal it.
And so they were wondering what that is.
And it was what?
The Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone.
Right.
I don't know. I always think it's a Philosopher's.
That's right. That's the first original,
And so then a lot of it was Harry, Hermione, and Ron sneaking around the castle and stuff like that, getting in trouble.
Right.
And then they find like this dungeon, right? A dungeon.
Well, they go through this series of traps.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That the different teachers set up.
And then at the end is not the Philosopher's Stone, but it's Professor Quirrell.
Right. But remember, they thought it... Who did they think it was?
Snape.
Yep, they thought it was Snape.
So that started the whole thing with them not liking Snape.
Yep.
And then, so Professor Quirrell was back there, and it was just Harry at that point, because Ron and Hermione had to stay back for, like, that, when they did, chess.
Yep.
So Harry finds Quirrell, and on the back of Professor Quirrell's head is Voldemort that had possessed him or whatever. And so then they wanted to know where it was. And
The stone. And it was...
the stone. And it was in Harry's pocket.
Right. They found it through using the mirror. If you remember that part.
Oh, yeah.
The mirror of Erised.
And so then...
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right.
He touches Harry and...
You don't need to go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So then the second movie is...
The Chamber of Secrets, and it's about... Harry... They all tried finding the Chamber of Secrets because Tom Riddle possessed Ron's son... Or, it's not son. Younger daughter.
Nope.
No. Oh, my God. Younger sister.
Yep.
Ginny.
Yep.
And she was writing all this stuff on the wall, and all these things were becoming frozen.
Petrified. Yep, that's the word they use. Yep, that's all right.
Think of it. And so Harry found Tom Riddle's diary that Ginny had been
writing in. Yep.
And so then eventually there's just stuff that happens in the story, and then they find the Chamber of Secrets, and Harry goes down in the Chamber of Secrets and fights a basilisk that Tom Riddle is fighting him with.
Controlling, yeah.
And then Harry kills the basilisk with the Sword of Gryffindor. And then Tom Riddle's gonna whatever to Harry, kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But before he could kill him, Harry took Tom Riddle's diary and stabbed it with the basilisk's fang.
Yep. Okay.
And that was one of, I don't know how many there were Horcruxes.
Right, but but at the time you didn't know that.
No.
So you had no clue that diary was going to be important beyond that or anything.
Yeah.
Okay, then now we're beyond the first 2 seasons of Harry Potter that we recorded reading the book. So now this is Hunter reading the book on his own. So he's read the 3rd one, and then the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th movies he's only seen. He hasn't read those books. So the 3rd book.
The 3rd book is about...
Or the 3rd movie.
Yeah, is about the Prisoner of Azkaban. The Prisoner of Azkaban is Sirius Black, who is Harry's godfather, I think, yeah. And so Harry, I don't know how to start this.
Well, first of all, I want to say something that we didn't get to talk about because we didn't do the 3rd book, but the fact that Sirius is Harry's godfather, right, implies that they have some sort of a religious faith, right? Otherwise, his parents wouldn't have given him a godfather.
I thought that was just something that like everyone did
In England? No.
or they just
Non-religious
did.
people don't have godparents.
Oh, I guess that would make sense if they don't believe in a god.
Yeah, and when we did a special episode of Alohomora where we were talking about like faith and religion in the Harry Potter series, and I did a bunch of research on how the Church of England, which is the Anglican Church, or also known as the Church of England, they were the first church to break away from the Catholic, or first Christian faith to break away from the Catholic Church, which we are Catholic. And I am Hunter's godfather. He was their friend. But in the Anglican Church, godparents still pretty much work the same way. But in the Church of Scotland, which is where Hogwarts actually is, it's a little bit different. That would have been, I believe, the religion that J.K. Rowling, the author of the books, JKR, that she would have had growing up. And in that religion, the godparents work a little bit differently, and you actually need to have, or most people have 3 godparents.
Oh, okay.
And you have to have, I believe, a male or at least a male and a female, but it's most common to have 2 males and 1 female. And so on the episode of Alohomora, we were talking about like, who was if that was the case, who's the other male and who would be his godmother? Right, who is Harry's godmother? Something that's never mentioned in the books. Okay. So that is something we would have talked about in the 3rd season of Harry Potter. But so yes, Sirius is their godfather, but at that point, they all think he's the bad guy.
Yeah, they think that he's the bad guy because supposedly he'd killed like 20 people with some curse.
Yep, blew him up.
He escaped from Azkaban. Obviously, that's why he's the Prisoner of Azkaban.
And Azkaban is the wizarding prison,
like
yep.
Alcatraz.
Yep, kind of out in the yeah.
So there's a lot of signs that he has escaped and that your Dementors had to roam around the
that's
perimeter.
the book we're introduced to the Dementors, which I have my Dementor here, which I was so bummed I haven't been able to have this out for the last few years because this is one of my absolute favorite Harry Potter action figures. Bought this at Hastings back in the day when the movies were coming out, and very cool. So Hunter's seen this before a bunch of times. You've looked at it, and this is from the movie, so you can tell that it is like the Dementor the way they were made in the movie. And
do they have tails?
Well, it kind of looks like just a spine in there. Like they don't really have like.
Oh, that looks so weird. What the heck? That looks so weird.
Yeah, they just have kind of like a spine that continues to. Now, I don't know how accurate that is or anything like that, but I've always loved this figure. I do also have a Snape and a Harry. This is from the 3rd movie, obviously. I have a Snape I think it was made later after the 3rd movie came out, though. But and actually, it might not even be from the 3rd movie. It doesn't really matter. But I have a Snape. I have a Voldemort. I have a Harry from the same set. They're all very detailed, and I just have them in storage. So there's signs that he's out, and one of the things about this movie is that Voldemort's not in it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so this is sort of the one
where
Voldemort's not really in it at all.
It's like character development for everyone else.
Right. And so it kind of broke the mold we'd seen. So in the first 2 books, at the end, Voldemort's the bad guy the whole time. It turns out there's a twist. Voldemort's the bad guy.
Well, everyone thought that Sirius was Voldemort's right-hand man, right?
Right.
And that he was out to try to kill Harry to seek vengeance for Voldemort.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't Sirius. It was who?
Like the Peter Pettigrew.
Yep.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Who's the one who brought him back at the end of the 4th one? Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
So what can you think of other important things that happened in the 3rd one then? What's the other character we meet?
Professor Lupin, which is also one of the 4 Marauders.
Yep. Mooney.
And which
we talked about when we watched the movie at the time, if you remember, Hunter, that they don't even explain in the movie who the Marauders are or anything like that. And Fred and George give Harry the
Marauders map.
Yep, the Marauders map. But in the movie, they don't ever explain who the Marauders are. But Hunter's read the book, so he knows, and so he can pull from his knowledge of the book. So, what was special about Professor Lupin?
He can turn into a werewolf.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. Not that he can. It's that he has to. He really doesn't have a choice.
Only on
full moon.
Full moon. Yeah.
Yep.
But he can also take a medicine or whatever to make him not. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, he still turns into a wolf, but he can control... He's not like a crazy animal. That's what it does.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's called the Wolfsbane Potion. And they maybe talk about it a little bit more later on in the books, but they never bring up really werewolves again in the movies, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, okay. So then the 4th one.
That was...
Okay, so from now on... I
can't think of the name. Goblet of Fire.
From now on, it's what Hunter remembers as being important from the movies without having experienced the story in the books.
Goblet of Fire. I thought Goblet of Fire was pretty... I thought it showed a lot about Hogwarts and about, classes and life at Hogwarts during the Goblet of Fire. But it also had very important story development. Even if it had only like 5 minutes of Voldemort in it
at the
very end.
Yeah. But what was the big thing that happened in Goblet of Fire?
The Goblet of Fire,
which is part of what?
The Goblet of
That's all right. I don't blame you. He's only seen the movie,
World
I think,
Cup?
once. Nope, not the Quidditch World Cup is at the beginning of that movie. That's how it starts. It's not how the book starts. It's how the movie starts. Mm-hmm. The Quidditch World Cup. And then the Goblet of Fire is part of the...
Portkey.
They do introduce portkeys. That's the thing that teleports them from one place to another.
Well, the Goblet of Fire was the portkey that...
No. Well, it was a portkey at the end in the... Which was part of the...
Goblet of Fire.
Grandma?
Is it the event? What is the event called?
Yeah, what's the event called, Grandma?
Triwizard Tournament.
The Triwizard Tournament. Yep.
I thought it was just called the Goblet of Fire.
So the Goblet of Fire.
Well, that's like the Lombardi Trophy in the Super Bowl.
Technically, the Triwizard Cup is the thing that they grab. That's the portkey at the end. The Goblet of Fire is the thing that they put their names into that spits out the names.
I thought that the trophy was what they...
Right.
Whatever.
So unclear in the movies, and also not a super important detail, but something that is interesting to note. We also
learn about pensives?
That's in the 3rd one. You learn about the pensive in the 3rd one, I believe. Oh, it's in the 3rd book. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I guess.
No, wait, maybe not. No, I think you might be right, because...
The 4th one is...
What was the twist at the end of the 4th one?
That Professor Moody... Mad-Eye Moody was actually the Minister of Magic's son. I don't know what his name is. But
right, so that's... Technically, he wasn't the Minister of Magic, but Barty Crouch Jr. is how they say it in the movie. Barty Crouch Jr. That's how Karkaroff says it.
They use that pensive to
go into the memories. So I think
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
I do think you're right that I don't know why I'm thinking in the third book they introduced the pensieve, but I think you're right. It is in the fourth one.
Mm-hmm.
So Moody is introduced as a character,
Mm-hmm.
but the whole time it's not really Moody. It's Barty Crouch Jr. And he
he kills his father.
Yes, his own father. Yep.
And he helps Harry to win the cup so he can meet Voldemort at the end when Peter Pettigrew takes some thingy and blood and stuff
And cuts off his own hand.
and throws Voldemort's baby whatever thingy into the stew, and out comes Voldemort.
Right.
And then he has a battle with Harry, and Harry ends up winning because his mom and dad come and
Yep.
swoop over Voldemort so he can run back. But also, Peter Pettigrew kills that one Cedric Diggory guy or whatever his name is.
Yep. And that's
That's basically it.
And then they go back, and then that's when they find out that Moody was Barty Crouch Jr. the whole time.
Yes.
And Dumbledore. That's in the third movie is when they changed Dumbledore's.
And we also learn about the Death Eaters,
Yes.
which were
Voldemort's original followers. Yep. So that's all important stuff. Let's see. Well, we are going to talk about some of the things that are different from the books and the movies, but I want to go through the movies first with Hunter. So, okay, so on to the fifth one. And I'm curious how much you remember from here on. We recorded reactions to us watching all of the first 4 movies. So I do have reactions to us watching the first 4 movies. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with them or not. I'll probably try to release them as some kind of reaction thing.
I forgot we did that.
But we did record it, and Hunter and I talked a little bit before and after. So those should be videos on the channel at least at some point. From here on out, though, we watched the 5th and the 6th ones before I went in to have my transplant, and then we watched the 7th and 8th ones, the 2 final movies, just over the last couple of months since we got out of the hospital. So the 5th one, Hunter.
The Order of the Phoenix is Dumbledore's personal army. Mm-hmm. We get introduced to them at the beginning of the movie when they go to that one place in the middle of
Number 12 Grimmauld Place.
that.
Which is, do you remember whose house that was?
Blacks, because they have that.
Black who?
Sirius
Black. Yep.
Okay.
It was his family, his ancestral.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Harry starts to build.
Who's the new people we get to introduce?
Oh boy, how
we get introduced to multiple people in that movie, but 2 really important people.
Dolores Umbridge.
Yep. How'd you feel about her?
I didn't like her.
You didn't like her? Okay.
She's kind of annoying.
Kind of annoying?
Just a little bit.
She's like the worst.
Yeah. And so, who else do we get? I can't.
One of the students.
Chichoy.
No. By the way, we have to say this. Hunter could not believe that there was a character called
Chichoy.
Cho Chang.
Cho Chang.
It's really no different. But he could not believe when we told him that there was a character called Cho Chang. He was like, no. He thought we were kidding. But I'm like, no, that's seriously, her name is Cho Chang. And he's like, how is that possible? We did laugh about that quite a bit. But no, not her.
Luna
Lovegood. Yep. So we're introduced to her. And she's actually in, do you remember whose grade she's in?
She's
or
in
what she is?
Hufflepuff.
Yeah. No.
She's not a Hufflepuff?
No.
She's a Slytherin.
No.
She's a...
All the Slytherins are bad guys. Come on, man.
Nuh-uh.
Yes. Well, maybe except for a couple. What's the other house, nerd?
Gryffindor.
No, you know she's not in Gryffindor.
Ravenclaw.
Yes, okay, she's in Ravenclaw.
She looks like a Hufflepuff.
I could see that.
Well, she always wears yellow.
Well, she wears yellow and red to the Gryffindor games. And she does wear yellow a lot. She has kind of whitish yellow hair. But she has her Ravenclaw like tie and stuff. So she's a Ravenclaw.
Okay.
And she's technically, I don't know if they even tell you this ever in the movies, but she's in Ginny's grade.
Oh, okay.
So she's not in Harry's grade. She's one grade, you're below there, below Harry. So
Dumbledore gets taken to Azkaban, and Dolores Umbridge is the new headmistress.
Mm-hmm.
And so Harry feels that he needs to be protected because he knows that stuff isn't becoming good anymore, and he needs an army, and so he creates Dumbledore's army, and it's basically just a lot of people that are good to Harry. Like, I'm not going to name everyone, but people that are people.
Basically, most of the characters that we've known throughout the movies that just weren't like the main characters.
Yeah, so Dolores Umbridge puts up all the signs to like make people not. It's very strict.
Yeah,
there at Hogwarts,
and she works for who? For who?
The Ministry.
She works for the Ministry of Magic. Yep, the government.
Yeah, and so then they get busted at some point by her own gang with like Draco and his Crab and Goyle.
Yep.
And then they all... Is that when Harry starts getting like... He starts getting signs or whatever?
Like visions and stuff?
Visions.
Yes.
Because then they go to the Ministry.
Yeah.
And
but do you remember why they go there? You're right with the visions, but do you remember what he sees that they need to go there right away?
I feel like it was something about Sirius.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was about.
Yeah.
But
basically, Voldemort made him see a vision that that Voldemort had Sirius at the Ministry, and he was like going to torture him unless Harry came to rescue him.
Okay.
Now, do you remember what happened to Umbridge?
She got carried. They all go to the Forbidden Forest, and the centaurs take her.
Yep.
She was like bad mouthing them.
Yeah. Yep. Good job.
Something like that.
Yeah. What?
Did she kill one of them?
No, I don't think she doesn't. She does like rope one of them with her magic. And do you remember the other character that's in the forest?
Hagrid's friend, which
his
I don't...
Brother. Grop.
Yeah, I wouldn't know his name.
Yeah, and then how important is Grop moving forward in the movies?
Not that important.
Did you ever see him again?
No.
Did you ever hear his name again?
No.
You really don't in the book either. So that's one of the main... That's a Harry Potter thing that people always say, like, if you could remove one chapter or one storyline from the Harry Potter books, Grop would be the thing. Because it seems like there was meant to be more done with him, and either it got edited out of the books or it just didn't work. And so he really doesn't show up very much else in the books. But he's a big part of Order of the Phoenix. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people don't like his chapter, the chapter called Grop, where you meet him and stuff, and then the fact that he's kind of involved later. So it's kind of a bummer, but yeah. And I don't even remember in the movie, does he show up to help with the centaurs and stuff at the end? Like, is he there when Umbridge gets taken away?
Yeah, he was there because he picked her up or whatever, and then she's like, "Put me down."
Yeah, he picked her up. Yeah,
because I'm pretty sure
picks up Hermione.
But he also picks up
Umbridge.
I think they went there because she found out they were keeping.
No, they went there because Hermione made up a story that they had some weapon that Dumbledore was keeping. So Hermione made up the story for it. So I kind of sometimes get the movies mixed up with the books because I've read the books more times than I've seen the movies, but I personally read the books since the 7th one came out. I read the 7th one and I felt this sense of completion. I believe I talked about that earlier. But when I read the 7th book, I felt completely satisfied with it and didn't feel the need to read it. And then I've been editing Harry Potter podcasts over the last 13 years, which was around the time when the final movie came out, is when we started Alohomora to continue on because people felt like something was missing once the movies were done. So that's why we started Alohomora in the first place. Okay, so the 6th The sixth one. Do you remember what it's called?
Half-Blood Prince.
Okay, you do. Good job. First off, who's the Half-Blood Prince?
Probably Voldemort, right?
So you don't even know?
I don't know, because that one was the weirdest one.
Okay. I was going to ask you what's your least favorite one.
That was probably my least favorite
wait.
one.
Okay, well, okay, so you think that was your least favorite?
Yeah.
It's also my least favorite of the movies, I would say.
I can't even remember that one that much. I know that it's basically setting up for the last book and movies. We learn that, I guess, we learn a lot of stuff that Harry needs to go get all those Horcruxes, and he fights off the visions, but he doesn't learn everything.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Okay, sorry. We got to go back. At the end of the fifth movie, what happens at the end of the fifth movie?
Sirius
I know you said that they go to the ministry.
Yeah.
Then what happens there? Right? You just said Sirius dies.
And then Voldemort comes.
Yep.
And tries to kill Harry. But then Dumbledore comes in and makes Voldemort run away.
Yeah, and they have like an epic battle at the ministry. Do you remember one of the bad characters you were introduced to? One of the bad...
Bellatrix.
Do you remember her full name?
Bellatrix Lestrange.
Yep, good job.
Or whatever.
Great job. Do you remember who she's related to?
Sirius Black.
Yep, she's his cousin. Yep. Do you remember who her sister is?
Malfoy. That was a guess.
Malfoy's mom.
Oh.
Narcissa Malfoy. Yep, good job. Great job, actually. If that was a guess, you guessed right.
Well,
so, yeah.
I guess that would make sense.
Bellatrix is Draco's aunt. I think.
Okay.
Which I think, does that make Sirius his uncle?
That would make...
No, I've never heard anyone ever say that before, so I'm not sure if that's right. I apologize if that's wrong. But if Narcissa and Bellatrix and Sirius... Or no, Sirius and Bellatrix are cousins.
Okay.
Narcissa and Bellatrix are sisters.
So
he would be like a great cousin.
Yeah, he'd be like
Draco would be related to Sirius.
Third cousin or something like that.
Okay, but not uncle. Not uncle. Okay. Okay, so sorry. I wanted to make sure we went over the Department of Mysteries, which in the book is so much cooler, but we'll get to that in a second. So, okay, so then in the sixth one, what's the main plot of the sixth one? I know you were saying you learn a lot about things. You learn about the Horcruxes. Do you remember who the teacher is?
I would assume they're Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher.
Well, kind of. Do you remember who the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is in... I don't think they ever actually show one of his classes.
Let me think on that. Let me ponder.
We're in Half-Blood Prince.
Yes. Well, I don't even really remember that one.
Do you remember what happens at the very beginning of the movie?
Oh, it's
how
Snape.
It starts. Snape is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher. Because who's the potions teacher? I'd be very impressed if you can remember these names, especially this guy, who you was really only in this movie. You see him a little bit in the eighth movie. Do you remember what happens at the very beginning of the sixth movie? It doesn't start at the Dursleys or anything. It starts with Harry in a cafe. Remember? And that waitress lady is hitting on him?
Mm-hmm. Then does the potions teacher come
Dumbledore comes and picks him up, and they go to a house to recruit the guy who's camouflaged as an armchair. Remember that?
Now I can kind of picture what he looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Professor Slughorn.
Yeah, I would have known probably.
Yeah, Professor Slughorn. And so if you were saying earlier that not all Slytherins are bad, he's one of the best examples of a Slytherin not being a bad guy. Even though you can argue that he has a lot of the traits that make a Slytherin, he is I would say he's on the side of good for a majority of the whole series that we know who he is. Okay, so in the sixth movie then, what is a majority of the sixth movie about?
The Half-Blood Prince.
What kind of?
And it's like Dumbledore starts to get really depressed, kind of, and they look through all those pensives.
Yeah, okay, yeah, so he's teaching him about...
the Horcruxes.
Right, and then just about... Voldemort in general.
Do you
remember where Dumbledore met Voldemort?
At an orphanage.
Yeah. Okay, good. So you're remembering all the important things, but a vast majority of the movie is actually about, or well, maybe not a vast, but a big chunk of the movie is about romance and love. No? Ron?
No.
Or should I say Wan Wan?
Wan.
Who's Wan?
Snot. What do they call it? Snogger.
Snogging.
Snogging.
Oh, Ron and that one girl?
Right. Do you remember her name?
No.
She's been there from the very beginning, though. They changed actresses in that movie. Lavender Brown.
Okay.
Lavender. And then who gets jealous?
Hermione?
And then she...
I don't know. She gets a cat.
Oh, so relatable to today's world. Having man problems, so you get a cat. That's so funny. She gets the cat in the third one, but that's fine. The Crookshanks is in the third one. That's fine.
Okay.
I actually read a what do they call it? Like a theory the other day that Crookshanks was actually the old the Potter's cat.
Oh.
And they were saying it because in the letter that somewhere in the books they referenced that the Potters had a cat. Mm-hmm. This is so ridiculous and it's absolutely not true, but it'd be fun to think about that they referenced that they had a cat. And so people were thinking that one of the reasons that Crookshanks never trusted Peter Pettigrew and did trust Sirius and like helped lead him as a dog into the castle and stuff was that he knew Sirius was a good guy the whole time because he was the Potter's cat. Because Crookshanks is part Kneazle, which is something you don't know from the movies, but a Kneazle...
I know what a Kneazle is. I've played Hogwarts
Legacy. Right, in Hogwarts Legacy, right. So in the book, Crookshanks is part Kneazle. Okay. So he's like a cat and a Kneazle had a baby, and that's Crookshanks. And so Crookshanks can live longer. He is a magical cat, like a magical being. That makes sense, yeah. Right, and so there was a theory that Crookshanks was the Potter's
I could see
cat.
how that's a...
But I don't think
that could be the case. But
yeah, that's one of those crazy theories. Okay, so yes, Wan and Lavender. Remember when they're on the Hogwarts Express and she blows on the glass? She breaks a heart and goes, and the heart A-R and L forever or whatever. She blows on the glass. It's so cringy. It's awesome. Yeah. Grandma and I were watching Hunter watch that movie, and it was very funny and entertaining the entire time because we're like, this is so cringe and awful. And then Hermione gets jealous, and she invites. There's no way you'd remember that guy's name. To the ball, Slughorn's ball that he has, or his the Christmas party.
Oh, they do have a Christmas party.
I don't even know if they say his name in the movie. Cormac McLagan is his name. Yeah, I don't think.
Weird name.
But do you remember who Harry invites to that event?
Chi-Choi.
No, in the fifth one, the Order of the Phoenix is when he goes on his date with Cho Chang. But Cho Chang's friend Marietta is the one that betrays them in the fifth one. So then he is not really friends with Cho anymore after that.
Ginny?
No.
One of them Indian girls?
No, that's Parvati is the one that goes with Harry to the Yule Ball in the fourth one.
I know, but like...
Which we did kind of skip over the whole the other two schools come for the Triwizard Tournament. Harry's picked as a person, they go through the whole tournament across the movies. He takes gillyweed and goes underwater and meets the mer people. Yeah. We skipped all that, but that's fine. We're focused on the Voldemort part side of things, but he invites Luna to go there. But it wasn't a romantic thing. It was just hey, we're friends. She's always there. She's always helps him and understands him. She's always there
for him.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
Through the whole thing.
So we'll say that's good for the sixth one. You remembered the important details, right? About the Horcruxes, and then it was Dumbledore. What happens at the end of the movie that's the most important thing?
Dumbledore dies.
Dumbledore dies on page 672 or whatever the actual number was.
67.
Oh, we've dated this now. That won't be a thing in a year, but it's a thing right now. So, okay, yeah. Okay, so
Dumbledore dies.
So now we're moving from the sixth book to the seventh book.
Do we need to say who kills Dumbledore?
Yeah, okay, so who killed
him? It was Snape, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I started thinking it was Malfoy. Well, because then they start going on that thing that Malfoy is the one who needs the
wand.
The Elder Wand.
Well, remember, what was Malfoy trying to do the whole time? Remember, Malfoy was an important part of the movie.
He was trying to bait Harry.
Well,
I
but
would assume.
he was trying to do something that didn't have anything to do with Harry, actually. He was given a task by Voldemort, something he had to do.
Oh, let all the Death Eaters into the castle.
Well, he did do that. You're right. He was supposed to kill Dumbledore.
Oh.
Though maybe that didn't really translate in the movies very well. He's only seen the movie once. You've only seen the movie once. Yeah. So yes, he was given a task by
Voldemort.
he had. I don't even know if they showed it in the movie, but he is a Death Eater. Draco. He has the dark mark on his arm. I can't remember if they show it in the movie or not. But Dumbledore or Voldemort basically forces Draco to take on the task of killing Dumbledore. So the whole time there's kind of some weird things that happen through the movie. He accidentally put that cursed necklace on Katie Bell, who is a member of the Quidditch team, and she floats up in the air and it's really creepy. That was meant for Dumbledore, to kill Dumbledore. And then when Ron gets poisoned by the wine or whatever that Slughorn was going to give him. He gets poisoned by the chocolate, the love potion.
Oh, I remember.
And he's acting all goofy. And Harry takes him to Slughorn's office and he gives him like a shot of brandy or something to like try to calm him down. And he gets poisoned and Harry saves him. That was Draco that did that. Which maybe they didn't accurately say that in the movie or something. Hunter was paying attention to different stuff. But
Interesting.
yeah, so that was what was happening the whole time. And at the very beginning, if you remember, the movie starts off with Snape at Snape's house. And Snape and Narcissa make that bond. They hold hands like this, and they make the unbreakable vow. And the unbreakable vow is that if Draco can't do the task that Voldemort has set for him, Snape has to do it. Right? Okay. So then at the end, Draco's the one standing there pointing his wand at Dumbledore, and he disarms Dumbledore. Because Dumbledore lets him.
Oh, because it's whoever disarms the Elder Wand, whoever kills.
Right, whoever if you're a wizard and you disarm
then
someone, the wand belongs to you.
Because then Harry disarms Draco
and
in
then
the
seventh movie. And that makes Harry the owner of the Elder Wand. In the eighth
and then he
movie,
breaks it.
Yeah, and then he breaks it and throws it away. But that's not what happens in the book.
What happens?
I'll tell you when we get to that part.
Or maybe what happens when I read it.
Yeah.
Let's read it right now.
No, let's not. So, okay. 45 hours later.
Yeah.
And then we're done with the fourth one. So, okay. So then we're on to the seventh one, right? Which is my personal favorite of the movies. It's the darkest one, I feel. And has the least music in it. It's the most atmospheric. So what do you remember of the seventh one? We just watched these like over the last 2 months.
They go Horcrux hunting, and that's basically the entire movie.
You're right. So who goes?
Ron and Hermione.
With Harry. Oh, also in the sixth one, Harry falls in love with?
Ginny.
Right. And does that feel kind of weird?
No.
No? It worked for you?
Yeah.
You were like, oh, I could see this happening.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's good. The sixth movie has that terrible scene where they burn down and blow up the burrow. And then it's just fine again later. Oh. Remember that? When there's the fire in their cornfield.
But they got ancient magic.
Yeah, but that's bullcrap. Whatever.
They got ancient magic.
I told Hunter about it at the time when we were watching the movie that is the one scene that they added to the movies that has nothing to do with the books.
Because ancient magic can build stuff. That's how they built Hogwarts.
They don't. There's no. That's in the Hogwarts Legacy. There ain't no ancient magic at
true.
Hogwarts.
Nope. True.
It's not true.
It's underneath the castle.
I would love it to be true. I think Hogwarts Legacy is the best piece of Harry Potter thing that's been released since the seventh book, for sure. But we'll talk about Hogwarts Legacy in a second. So then the seventh movie, they're going Horcrux hunting. And what do they do in that one?
So basically, they walk around and they try to find stuff.
They go camping a lot.
And they look intense. And then Ron got pissy at Harry because of that necklace or whatever that made him mad.
Yep.
And then
after Horcrux in the necklace. Yep.
Why didn't they just destroy the necklace? Oh,
they couldn't because they were supposed to. At the beginning of the movie, do you remember who comes and talks to him when they're at the Burrow?
The minister.
Yep. Do you remember his name? There's no way you can. Rufus Scrimgeour. There's no way you
That's a pretty good name.
Yeah. That's a pretty good name. Yeah. Okay, so Ron gets mad and leaves, and then he
Comes back.
and
With the sword of Gryffindor just spawns in.
do you remember how the sword got there?
Ancient magic.
Ancient magic is the answer to everything. They kind of tell you, but they don't really tell you.
Well, it's underwater.
Right, it's in the lake. Do you remember who
ice.
put it in there? They tell you at the end of the 8th movie, but they don't really explicitly tell you.
Who put it in there? Snape.
Good job.
I guess.
Good. Yeah, no, it is Snape because the doe. Remember the Patronus doe, the deer doe,
Nope.
a female deer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like
No, the
Pillsbury Doughboy.
No,
Like that.
no, a female doe, a female deer.
Yeah,
the Patronus led Harry to that place.
Oh,
and so
because Snape is
Snape-
blah blah blah. He loved his mom.
Yeah. Okay. So Snape is the one that led them to that lake.
Yeah.
And put the sword there. Now, one of the great questions throughout all of Harry Potter is, why would he do that? Why wouldn't he just give him the sword?
He's not a Gryffindor though. How did it just spawn to him?
He wanted to make the answer to that question is that they had to earn the sword, right? So he gave them a really hard task, swimming down to the bottom to get it.
It was ice, right?
And Harry took off his clothes and jumped in with the Horcrux on his neck, and it was trying to like kill him in the water.
Why would he? I would just put it on the side.
They don't want to
Can't-
leave the
can't
Horcrux
leave
just
it.
sitting around because someone could come pick it up, or it could slither away on its own. It's like Lord of the Rings, The Ring, but you haven't seen Lord of the Rings yet. So who comes to save Harry when he's drowning in the water?
Ron.
Right, and he uses the
Sword.
The bow.
the sword to
Kill
the
Horcrux.
Okay, yes. So that's an important thing. Ron comes back, and then what do we find out at the end of that movie? Voldemort has gotten the
Elder Wand.
because they go to
Dumbledore's thingy-mabobber.
well, Voldemort does, but where do Ron and Harry and Hermione go to learn about the Elder Wand? The Elder Wand.
Oh, they go
is-
to Dumbledore's
no,
son.
no. Oh my
His
gosh.
brother. His brother.
No, that's in the 8th movie. Before that, how do they learn what the Elder Wand is? One of what?
The Elders. No. The one of the
What's
Hallows.
the 7th book called?
Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows. How do they learn about the Deathly Hallows? They go to
That one mission in Hogwarts Legacy.
There is a mission in Hogwarts Legacy where you go through the. Yes, that is true.
That one
But
is-
that's a great mission. You're right. It's a great mission. Whose house did they go to learn about the Deathly Hallows?
Harry's.
Do you remember, Mom?
It was Harry's house. Snape's house.
No.
Was it Ron's?
No.
It was was that where the little banking dude was?
No.
No,
That's
that
the
was
8th movie.
Okay.
that was when they went to.
They go to
Oh,
Burrow.
Luna's house.
Luna to see her dad.
Oh, yeah.
Right, they go
And
see
then
her
she's
dad.
not there.
And then
Yeah.
he wants, and then he's like,
Xenophilius Lovegood, her dad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, him.
And then he's the one that tells her the story, because Hermione has that book that Dumbledore left them in their will. And what did he leave Harry in his will?
the Sword of Gryffindor
Right, but he couldn't technically give him that.
and the snitch.
Exactly, from his first ever Quidditch game, which Hunter right away, I think, remembered that he caught it with his mouth, right? I think you did. I couldn't remember. I can't remember. But anyway, here, get this
I didn't
off. It's
remember that.
aesthetically unpleasing. So, okay, whatever then. So they find out about the Deathly Hallows, and we find out about the Elder Wand, and that Dumbledore had it, and in the 7th movie ends with Voldemort stealing it,
Yes.
right? Okay, 8th movie, and the final one.
The Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Where all the Death Eaters and werewolf thingy-mabobbers.
And giants. And acromantulas.
Oh, yeah. Where
Spiders.
The acromantulas.
they all
yeah.
blah, blah, blah and do whatever, and Harry reunites.
Do you remember what they do before that? Before the battle happens. How the movie kind of starts.
They put the shield. They're like,
Yes. I'm glad that part left a big impression on you, the Battle of Hogwarts, but before that, they actually go somewhere first. They try to break into...
oh, Gringotts.
Right.
Because they needed to grab...
They were trying to look for something in
Oh, they were trying to find a Horcrux.
Bellatrix's vault.
The vault.
And they use Griphook, the goblin you were talking about earlier to get into the Lestrange vault. Mm-hmm. So they
Imperial her.
Well, Hermione.
So
Hermione dresses up as Bellatrix because she had a hair.
Oh yeah, and then
do you remember what happens at the end of the 7th movie? Who dies?
Dobby.
Oh yeah, it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like that part.
But you haven't seen Dobby since which movie?
Not the second one.
Yes.
The second one?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I did tell Hunter that Dobby was in almost all of the other books. And the house elves are important characters from the 4th kind of
in
on.
the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll maybe talk about that a little bit. So that's the big thing that happens at the end of the 7th one. And they go to a place called Shell Cottage. Dobby takes him there. And Dobby dies. Harry buries him. They start out there at the cottage. They talk to Ollivander and Griphook. Mm-hmm. And then they go to the Lestrange vault. And how do they break out of Gringotts?
A dragon.
Yep.
What happens to the dragon?
It flies away.
Oh, because they all fall in the river.
Yeah, but they were riding it, so they became dragon riders, and they rode on the dragon's back, and then they jumped off into the water, kind of must have been wherever, and then they apparate to Hogsmeade, and there they meet. In Hogsmeade, they meet the owner of the Hogshead, who is
Dumbledore's brother.
Yes, good job. Do you remember his name?
Mr. Dumbledore.
No, not Albus.
Albert.
Albus is Dumbledore's name.
Albert.
Albus. Do you remember Dumbledore's full name?
Albus Fingus Tingus Pingus.
Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore.
Yeah, that.
Albus Tingus Wingus Fingus. He's close. Honestly, it was. I'll give you credit for that. That was pretty close. Okay, so they meet his brother
And
whose
his
name
sister.
is. You're right. Well, that's good.
That take him. Well, I don't.
Aberforth is Dumbledore's brother, and his sister.
I said Albert, so that's close enough.
Yeah, very close. And his sister's name is Ariana. Though in the movie, his sister is pretty inconsequential. She just goes and gets Neville. Is all she does.
For real.
And so then the battle happens, right? Mm-hmm. And the battle is really cool. What was your favorite parts of that?
I don't know. All of it. I like the parts where like everyone was in the middle, like when Voldemort and all the Death Eaters, and then everyone at Hogwarts were there, and Harry died.
Right. Okay, so before that, we learned who died, other than Harry. Before that,
Lupin.
Yes, but before that.
Before that, Sirius.
Well, Sirius died in the 5th one.
Yeah, but you said before that. So.
Yeah, in the 8th movie.
In the 8th.
What's the big thing that happens that we learn in that movie?
Snape.
Yeah, but Snape hadn't died yet.
Yeah.
He did?
He dies right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Because
He's not in the battle or anything.
well, he dies.
He's not in that.
Dumbledore kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember why? Or no, I'm sorry, not Dumbledore. Voldemort kills him.
Because he wants the Elder Wand.
Right, he thought that Snape was the one that disarmed Dumbledore. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, Harry's the one that figures out it wasn't Snape that disarmed him. It was actually
Malfoy.
Draco, yeah. So Snape dies, but before he dies, he does what?
He mouths some. He does stuff to Harry, and he gives him a pensive, and then they go look at the pensive.
Yep,
Gives him a tear.
Yeah, that one.
And it teaches you basically what's been happening the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And so then Harry understands what he has to do.
Yeah.
And so then he goes and dies.
Yeah. And then was the part you liked after that where Hagrid carries him into the school. Mm-hmm. And who stands up to Voldemort?
Neville.
Neville Longbottom. Okay, yep. And then all heck breaks loose and everyone starts fighting again. And it's right before that when the battle's been going for a while and it stops. Voldemort says, you have like 1 hour or whatever to send Harry Potter to me. He does that at the beginning. And then that's when McGonagall and Snape have a little bit of a fight. And it's really badass and awesome. And then Voldemort calls off his Death Eaters again. And he says, Harry Potter needs to come to me. You know, I'll be in the forest waiting. Mm-hmm. And at that point there's a break, and so they take all of the dead people into the Great Hall, and that's where Harry walks through and sees the people who died. Which, do you remember anybody else who died?
Neville.
No.
One of the Weasleys
Yep.
die.
Do you remember which of the Weasleys died?
Ron. I'm kidding.
I know.
No. Was it one of the twins?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
George.
It was true. Well, no, actually, it was Fred, but it doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, this is an interesting way of looking at like what they chose to make important in the movie. Like, it's hard to kind of remember. And again, Hunter's only seen the movie once. He hasn't watched it 1,000 times. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so then he sees those people, and then a person you said earlier, Remus,
yep.
Lupin. And do you remember who he died with? Who he was there with? Someone whose name I don't think you even know. But she was in Order of the Phoenix, and she might have been in Tonks. Do you remember Tonks, the one that can change your hair color?
Oh, I forgot about her.
Right. So she's very unimportant in the movies. But do you even know that in the movie they say that Tonks and Remus,
that they were together,
right? And they got married, and Tonks was pregnant.
Oh,
and she had a baby. So they did have a baby.
Okay.
And Harry is, I think he becomes the godfather to that baby. But that's just something that happens after the fact.
Interesting.
So, yeah, so that's a sad part in the movie that for people who have read the books, you know that that's coming, and they do a good job of showing them laying there kind of with their arms reaching for each other and stuff, even though they probably died, upstairs and then they brought him down or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, then at that point, Harry's seeing it and it's all slow motion. It's really sad. Mm-hmm. Then he goes to Dumbledore's office, looks at Snape's memories, realizes what he has to do, realizes what he has to do. He goes to the forest, comes back, and then he fights Voldemort and
Malfoy.
In the room of requirement. Yep, they do that. And then that's a little bit before that, whatever. But so then Harry and Voldemort fight each other, and
what happens to Voldemort?
They fall, and then they fall, and then
there's one more Horcrux by this point.
Yep, and we know who
kills this. What was the Horcrux, and who kills it, or what?
The snake.
Yeah,
right.
And the person who killed it was Neville.
Right. Now, do you remember the other Horcrux that they destroyed in that movie?
It was the Ravenclaw thing that they found in the thingy.
They do that one as well. Good job.
I don't know what it is, but they have to go to
a diadem, and that was why they were in the room of requirement.
I don't know what it
was. Like a tiara.
Okay.
A crown.
It's called a diadem.
They go back
Raven's
down
long lost
to the
diadem.
Chamber of Secrets, grab a thingy.
Who does that?
Ron and Hermione.
Right, and so that's how they kill. Or that's how they destroy the Horcrux that they got in Bellatrix's vault.
Okay.
The kind of hard. They don't really explicitly say that, but that's they go into the Chamber of Secrets. They use the Fang because they know that will kill a Horcrux, and Ron and Hermione do that.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So they actually destroyed 3 Horcruxes in that movie. Actually, yeah.
Why do they want to destroy the Horcruxes? Do you know that?
Because Voldemort can't die.
But while there's still a Horcrux.
Right. Mm-hmm. So it's weakening him.
That's why when he was being killed before, when the curse rebounded on him, when Harry was 1 year old, his body couldn't die. So his soul, his essence, like lived on, and then it was if his body was eventually brought back.
How did the spell rebound?
Do you remember that? That's like the overall one of the most important things in the series.
Doesn't his mom put a spell on Harry that would rebound any spell?
Kind of.
Back?
It's just his mom sacrificed herself for Harry, and the mother's love.
The love. It's all love.
Yeah, she didn't cast a spell specifically. She just sacrificed herself to try to stop Voldemort. And then in doing that, her like love like wrapped itself kind of around Harry in a way, like kind of metaphorically, a protection,
like Protego,
right? And that's
stupefy.
And they don't say this in the movies, but that's why Harry has to go back. Or maybe they do, I don't know. But they talk about it in the 5th one, at the end of the 5th one, a little bit. But that's why Harry has to go back to the Dursleys every year, because Lily's last living relative, I think, or one of her sister is Petunia, right? So Harry's mom's sister is Petunia. And so as long as Harry lives with the family of his mom, because of that curse, or the love magic, they call it, because of the love magic, that no one can find Harry there. They can't hurt Harry.
He's protected there.
He's protected at the Dursleys' house.
He's safe. It's like
so that's why Dumbledore suspected that was the case at the time, and so that's why he gave Harry to the Dursleys, even though they kind of knew that they were bad people, though I don't think they knew how bad they were. Mm-hmm. And then that's why in the end of the seventh one, or in the beginning of the seventh one, when they leave the Dursleys, it's kind of a big deal, and they make the Dursleys leave. Like, they have to go move to a different place.
That makes sense.
The curse, the protection is broken once Harry becomes 18 years old, and he's no longer calling their house his home.
Interesting.
Yeah. So then Voldemort dies, and in the movie they show that as him disintegrating into nothing, which is really silly because that's what happened to him at the end of the first movie, and so it's not a definitive thing. But we talked about that a little bit when we were watching the movie, that in the book it's important that they say, like, his body was just there. It was like a lifeless shell. And that's important because when in movies, when people explode and stuff, especially in the Harry Potter movies, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are dead. And we talked about this, that they made the last two movies or last three movies 3D, and they wanted the particle effects when Bellatrix and Voldemort died. They wanted the particle effects. Do you remember who killed Bellatrix?
Molly Weasley.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, Harry, he snaps the wand, like you said.
And then they fast forward 19 years. 19 exactly.
Well, not to the day, but like 19 years later.
Well, yeah.
And then that's what the epilogue is. So how do you feel about that part of it?
I don't know.
Are you happy that they showed what happened to Harry and Ron and Hermione after the fact? I mean, you don't know what happened in between in those 19 years.
I think it either sets up what could be prolonged, which is what they're doing, right?
No, not
Or
necessarily.
no, that's not what the new Harry Potter series is, like the books.
Yeah, the new Harry Potter series on HBO is starting from the very beginning, from the first book.
Okay.
And one of the things
I think,
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I think that she either set it up so that it was a definitive end and no one could dictate what would happen after that. But then it also prolonged the story in which you could tell about why that events happened and what happened after when they go to Hogwarts.
Right.
When they're...
And it might be hard for you to understand at this point, but until the moment where, like, Ron and Hermione, like, which in the book they don't kiss, you don't see them in the Chamber of Secrets, right? Because the books are from Harry's perspective. So, like, they come back, Harry meets them in the hallway and they tell him what they did. You don't see it at all. And at that point, you don't even know that they kissed or anything. That's something they did in the movie. Like, you know, they don't say that in the book, but you do see them kind of together at the end of the seventh book. And so, but, like, there were people up to that point who did not think that Ron and Hermione were, like, should be together. So, like, and Ginny and Harry just get together in the sixth book, and there were people who didn't know, you know. So I personally think that one of the reasons she did that, because in the book there is an epilogue, and it's, like, identical to the way they do it in the movies. And so I believe she did it so that people, like, she's definitively saying Ron and Hermione get married. They are good together. They get married. Harry and Ginny get married. They have children. And then they also, because I've told you this as well, I told Hunter a little bit about circle theory and about how the books are written in a very, like, the events that happen in the first book are sort of repeated and mirrored in the seventh book. And things that happen in the second one are mirrored and repeated in the sixth one. And it's like a circle that goes into the fifth one, or to the fourth one, really. And so they're trying to mirror things. And so at the end of the book, you have the children, you know, of Harry and Ron, or Harry and Hermione, sorry, Harry and Ginny and Hermione and Ron, their children going to Hogwarts. It represents, like, Ron and Hermione and Harry going to Hogwarts for the first time, things like that. And I think she wanted to definitively say, this is what's happening to these characters, you know? And she doesn't tell you in the book what their jobs are or anything like that.
But it does show also that the school is back to normal.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know, that Hogwarts is
They
back.
built it back.
They did
ancient
it. They
magic.
fixed it. It's all back.
And I will say too,
it is returning back to the beginning of the book.
In the book, they don't like destroy the entire castle. That's not the impression I got from reading it, which I've only read it twice. But they don't like talk about the whole castle being destroyed or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. But
Which
it's pretty beat up.
Yeah, it's beat up, but like it's I feel like they really dramatized the destruction of the castle in the movies to make it more dramatic and epic.
Sense.
And I think they did a great job with that. So like I don't think that I think they did a good job with that. But it is a little bit less, you know, it's more, you just see it from Harry's perspective. So you're not with any other characters as they're dying or anything like that. In the book, you literally just follow Harry and when he's with Ron and Hermione, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And then at some point he walks in and then he's walking past all the dead bodies and he's explaining what he's seeing. So like, you're not with anybody else. You don't know where anybody else in the castle is. You don't know who's there or anything like that. So, okay. So that's the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So what's your opinion overall? Did it kind of go the way you thought it was going to go?
I can't really think back on thoughts that I had 3 years ago on what I thought was going to happen.
Right, but just as you were experiencing the story, you know? Like, we joked around at the time a bunch about Harry dying.
That Harry was going to die.
I did think he would die, technically.
You didn't think he was going to die?
No.
Okay, because it is kind of like a trope to have, like, the hero die and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, it's kind of a thing that happens in a lot of things. Not really a ton of children's stories, really. Kind of. I feel like in movies a lot the bad guy or the good guy can die more. But, you know, at the time when the books were coming out, it was really. Did you break the wand?
No. That part? Yeah. I did not do that. It was like that before.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so I was like, there's a hook. There was supposed to be a hook there, but it's at the end. Sorry, everybody. Give me back the wand.
I swear.
No, okay, no, you didn't.
I was trying to figure out how.
At the time, though, like it would have been like people were really, really like, will Harry live or die? Was like one of the big questions.
Part of that might come from, and I don't know if you got the feeling, Hunter, from this, from all the books. Harry's always like, I don't know how to say it, but like one step behind. Mm-hmm. He's never knowledgeable about any of this stuff. He doesn't know a lot of this stuff. He doesn't know it. And I'm not talking classwork. I'm talking about
like the bigger overarching
like
thing.
all these people grew up with all their learning all this stuff, and he never had any of that. So when he's like doesn't know any of it. So through the whole book, you're like, how can he make it through all this?
Yeah.
When he doesn't, he's like a step behind to me. Yeah. Like he doesn't know, but yet he's smart enough to, not smart. I mean, he's smart, but it works out always for him.
Yeah. So okay.
Strong, I guess.
So with that in mind, of the 3 books that you read, which one is your favorite book?
The second one.
The second one?
Mm-hmm.
Chamber of Secrets. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a specific reason for that, or just
no?
Okay. Of all the movies, can you tell me which one you think is kind of your favorite, or the ones that stood out to you?
I feel like the first through the fourth movie was more about Hogwarts and stuff like that. Especially basically what I'm saying is almost the entire story is taken place at Hogwarts, whereas the rest of the books, it really changed after the fourth one, because there started to be all of this new stuff that we started to learn about, and new places and new people and stories and identities.
Yeah. So which movie then is your favorite, would you think?
Probably the fourth one, I'd say, because it has almost everything that makes Harry Potter great. It has, like, Quidditch, big Quidditch.
Well, there's no Quidditch. Well, the Quidditch World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Big Quidditch World Cup. There's a lot of Hogwarts.
Yeah.
There's other schools, so we start to learn about other places, and then at the end we get Voldemort that comes back, and that fight at the end.
That's probably my favorite part of all the movies is when Voldemort comes.
Cherry on top.
Yeah. And when we were watching the movies, I think I told Hunter that I thought the fourth one would be his favorite one because he likes sports a lot. And so that one is, to me, is the most like sports feely one, right? There's other schools who are competing. They do 3 specific tasks. So like Quidditch is really not important in the movies at all after the second one. Right? Which is crazy because the third book, now that you've read the third book is the most Quidditch. Because that's where they win the Quidditch World Cup. Or the Hogwarts Cup. Or whatever they call it. The Hogwarts Cup, yeah, I think. So that's like the most Quidditch. And then you haven't read the books after that, but she finds ways to kind of get rid of Quidditch in the books and stuff. But Quidditch is in the books. Like Harry eventually becomes the captain of the Quidditch team, which they show in the movies, kind of, but they don't really talk about it that much. But Harry becomes the captain, and he has to determine who new players are, and he has to come up with what they're going to be training, how they're going to be training.
When Ron gets on the team.
Gets on the team, which is in the movie.
Yeah.
He becomes the keeper.
Yeah.
And
I saw this clip where Ginny and Ron are 6'7". Their Quidditch numbers are 6 and 7.
Oh, are they really? Oh, that's actually awesome.
When they stood together on that one scene,
they're 6'7".
Yeah. Which stupid.
I've never paid attention to their numbers, actually. But it makes sense because there's 7 of them on the team, right? Because there's 3 beaters, 2 beaters, 3 chasers. That's 5. And then a keeper and the seeker. That'd be 7.
You should have seen the game we were playing in PE with the Quidditch.
That's right. Hunter told me a couple weeks ago that they played Quidditch in PE.
PE, yeah. It was basically put the ball in the hoop that was facing this way, like that.
Like a hula hoop.
Yeah. It was a hula hoop.
Yeah.
Attached to a basketball net.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And what were you playing? Were you a chaser or just...
Yeah.
Was everybody just kind of a chaser? So
we had there were 2 beaters on each team that had we were playing with foam balls. So like what's the name of the chasers balls?
The quaffle?
The quaffle.
Or the bludgers.
No, the quaffle was like white or something like that, and then the 2 bludgers on each. There was 1 bludger on each team. They each got a black ball, and so then they would just hit people.
Were you out then for a little while? If
you had to go back and touch your home team's wall.
Gotcha.
And then you're back in.
And then you said the seekers.
The seeker. We didn't really have any people as seekers. It was our PE teacher had someone from one team sit out and attach a golden snitch to them, and then they'd run around after 5 minutes of the game has been played, and then the chasers just go after and chase them. And so we didn't have any. What are the goalies called?
Keepers.
We didn't have any keepers.
I mean, that makes sense if it's just...
Yeah, well, if
it's a small...
I told someone to be a keeper, and they kind of were. And it was... My class didn't really... Whenever we play a game like that, we don't really follow the rules.
Sure, I mean, that's kind of how PE goes.
I'm not going to go far into that, but there's just an aesthetic that... I don't know. It was weird, but it was fun. It's fun.
Yeah, it's something different to do during PE.
It was, it's like any other game that we play in that. We play some Ultimate game. I'm not going to go deep into that.
Yeah. So at school, do you talk to kids about Harry Potter ever?
No.
Do kids bring it up as a big thing anymore?
Not really.
Not really.
I don't. Neely's not really one of those schools with people that are kind of read books.
Yeah.
A lot of it are most of the people don't really care about school.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of, it seems like that everywhere, but so you don't have anyone in your class that like really loves to read or anything, really?
Well, my class is different. I feel like most of the people in there's a lot more people in my class that like to read books and stuff like that. So, I mean, we sometimes talk about it in like English class about stuff.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, have you ever done anything in school, like assignment wise, that was Harry Potter, other than you said you chose to read one of the books for like a thing?
One of my teachers loves Harry Potter and had like his entire year. He was a 5th grade teacher last year. Mm-hmm. His entire like room was Harry Potter decorated,
themed. Okay.
And so,
how old would you say that teacher is, if you would guess?
40,
like in his 40s. Okay,
probably
around my age.
Yeah.
So that probably means in actuality he's probably around 30. But because you know how it seems to kids and you're in school.
Yeah, but he would know. He knows. If he has kids and how old they are.
Well, and your mom always worked at the school too.
He's Chloe's best friend's dad.
Okay. So you would know. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was just curious about that because it's hard to kind of judge how popular Harry Potter is still. Certainly it's not like what it was in the heyday, but I mean, Warner Brothers is trying, right? They try to keep people invested in Harry Potter, and that's why they created Hogwarts Legacy, which you said we just beat. I was watching Hunter. He has a PS5, I have a PS5 now, and so as he was playing through it, sometimes when he was getting to important missions, I had him call me and, that's all right, and tell me, by the way, this is something a friend of mine made for me using the Harry Potter logo or Harry Potter font, and she made this I think she got someone on Etsy to make it, but if someone that I worked for on Alohomora did that, and it was a really awesome Christmas present for this last year. But anyway,
it seems like though they're making a lot of Harry Potter items right now.
Yes, and
like
Harry
toys and
Legos.
Legos are popular.
And I feel like it has really changed. That Harry Potter now, I feel, is they're marketing it way more towards girls.
Maybe.
Like when I was in high school, Harry Potter was much more of a boys thing, but girls really did like it. Mm-hmm. But it was more of a boys thing because even though a woman wrote the books, she wrote it as a boy, right? Like not as a boy, but like the boy's the main character. And so it was much more of the boys liked it kind of when I was in school. And on Alohomora, and I know working for like MuggleNet and stuff, like it is vastly women that work there and that do it and that run the podcast and all this stuff. So most of the people that I know of that are Potterheads that are like really into Harry Potter are almost all women. And so I do feel like when you go to Walmart now, they have dolls of Harry Potter that are like the women in the little kids section and stuff. Yeah. And they make like potion sets, and there's a lot of Japanese like chibi sort of anime style Harry Potter stuff. And so they're really trying things, and the HBO show is coming out, and they've confirmed over the last couple of days as we're recording this that Hogwarts Legacy 2 is being developed. Yeah,
they confirmed it's being developed. Saw that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of rumors about it over the last couple of years that it's like going to be set in modern times. Ooh. And I think they're going to have maybe part of it set in modern times, but I think they're going to go back. I don't know if it will be a direct sequel, though. If I had to guess, I would say it's going to take place in a different decade rather than the like early 1900s or late 1800s when Hogwarts Legacy takes place. I don't think you'll be the same character, is my opinion. But that's just me guessing.
That'd be cool if you could like carry your...
No, I don't want any characters
cool.
from the Harry Potter series in this at all. That's one of the things I liked about Hogwarts Legacy the most. Both Hunter and I have played it. I played it and beat it on PS4. He played it and beat it on PS5. So, and we both really enjoyed it. And we don't need to talk about it that long because I'd rather talk about some other stuff. But okay, so now let's go through the books kind of from the 4th on, and we'll just bring up a couple of things. I want to bring up a couple of things that are in the books that are not in the movies.
Okay.
And so in the 4th one, we've discussed this a little bit before, but in the 4th one is when house elves are introduced in 2. And Dobby is Malfoy's house elf. Mm-hmm. And then in the 3rd one, house elves aren't really mentioned very much, if at all, maybe a little bit. But in the 4th one, there are 2 characters that are house elves. And I'm first of all, to everybody watching and listening, I'm not going to spoil everything. I want Hunter to want to read the books, and he knows how different they are. He knows that like Peeves the Poltergeist is in the books, never made it in the movies and stuff. So he knows that there are a lot of things cut out of the movies. And Hunter, the further you go into the movies, the more stuff is cut out. Like there's so much stuff cut out in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th ones that it's like crazy. Like especially in the 6th one, they cut out a lot of memories of Dumbledore and Harry going back in time and looking like through memories, looking at Voldemort's past. But we'll get there in a second. So in the 4th one, I feel like the house elves are a really big thing. Dobby, you find out in the 4th one that Dobby works at Hogwarts. And we've talked about maybe a few of these things. So Dobby works at Hogwarts, and you find out, and you know this from Hogwarts Legacy, but you find out that a lot of the stuff that happens at Hogwarts is because of the house elves that work there. They clean the castle every night, which is why when you approach a house elf at night or anywhere in Hogwarts Legacy, they disappear right away because you're not supposed to see them. They only come out at night. They also work in the kitchens and cook all the food. So all the food in all of the Harry Potter books and the movies that you see is made by the house elves in the kitchens, and then it's just brought up, magically teleported to the tables. So, but there are special magical like items where you can look at a plate and like say what you want and they create it. You guys can come down if Sarah and Chloe are over there. If you see them come down, you can wave them over or say anything. So the house elves are a really important thing in the 4th one, and they really are involved in the story importantly. Like, so they don't talk in the movie at all about who Barty Crouch Jr. is really, but in the book they go into who he is more, and his family a little bit, and his dad and his mom a little bit, and then also much more importantly than his dad and his mom is their house elf, who's named Winky. And I'm not going to talk to you too much about that, but Winky is an important character in the 4th book, and she is also there later on in other books. All right. So spoiler, she doesn't die, I guess, in the 4th one. But like Winky, the house elf, is an important character. She's very different than Dobby. So right away in the 4th one, they tell you like not all house elves are like Dobby. And in fact, Dobby is like the most different house elf because he likes being free. And so I'm not going to go into all of that, but there's a whole storyline that Hermione has herself that deals with the house elves. It's a very big, very important story for Hermione, and it actually influenced her so much that after the books were over and she went to work at the ministry, she goes and works in a department where she can like work with house elves and stuff. So like it's a very important part of the story, and especially for Hermione. And then the house elves are there in the 5th and the 6th. You know, they're there in the castle. And so Harry talks to Dobby somewhat regularly. And then, do you remember the name of the other house elf that we meet throughout the series that he's in the movies?
I don't know what his name is. Couldn't tell you.
Creature. Yeah, so you meet Creature. He's the house elf, the Black's house elf. Yep. At number 12 Grimmauld Place. Yep. He's got the floppy ears, and he's kind of really old. So, like, he is much more in the 5th and 6th and 7th books. And he is very, very important in the 5th one, and why Harry decides to go to... Basically, Creature betrays them. And he is one of the reasons that they go to the ministry to look after Sirius, to try to find Sirius. Because Creature lies and tells them that he is gone, basically. That Sirius is gone and will never be coming back, basically. And so I'm not going to go into that, but Creature is important, and he is there in all of them, and he's there in the 7th one, and he actually helps them out in the 7th one a lot when they're on their like camping journey. Okay. And then Dobby is there as well, and he helps them out as well. In the 4th book, Dobby is the one that gives... Harry the gillyweed. It's not Neville. Neville gives Harry the gillyweed, the thing that the wormy looking thing that he eats to go in the water. Dobby is the one that gives it to Harry because Professor Moody, who's actually Barty Crouch Jr., knows that Harry is friends with Dobby, and he intentionally has Dobby like cleaning something for him in his office when he's talking to Neville about a book that he gave him about the fact that this thing makes you go underwater and can breathe underwater. Okay. So like he set it all up. And then, like I said, Winky is important there. So then they're in the 4th book, they go more into kind of like how Voldemort is created a little bit. And then they go a lot more into the spell when their wands connect. And Harry and Voldemort's wands connect. They talk about that a lot more, and you find out like why that is, what's actually happening. And so they explained that way more. Because in all like the history of wizarding kind, spells never attach to each other like that, and then there's like a battle of wills. Like that never happens.
Well, isn't it because like both of their wands are the same?
From the same core.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a phoenix core.
I have a question.
And the phoenix was Dumbledore's phoenix, Fawkes. He gave
The
two
bird?
feathers.
Yeah.
And one was used to make Harry's wand, one was used to make Voldemort's wand.
So this wand looks like a bone, right?
Yeah. But that's just something they made up for the movies. It's not specifically Voldemort's wand.
Does it look like a bone because it's his Tom Riddle's bone that they tossed in the thing? Is that his?
It's just it looks like that because
wand?
it's cool.
But it could be Tom
It
Riddle's
could
bone.
be. It could be.
That was his wand.
It could be. Theoretically, that's supposed in the books they say it's Dumbledore. In the books, all the wands are basically simple looking wood wands. They don't really ever explain what the wands look like. It's just that they all look mostly the same. Maybe they have kind of a bit of a different handle type of thing, but they don't have character like that.
Well, this one looks cool.
That I agree. That's something that they made for the movie specifically to like help, and then also so they could sell the wands later.
Yeah,
so they want
that's
all
smart.
the wands to look way different so they can sell the wands, which is cool. I've been to the Universal Studios. I looked through the wand shop. You know, when you go there, Hunter, you can go through the whole process of getting a wand like Ollivander.
We still need to do like my Patronus and do the rest of the things you can do.
I know we didn't in the second one. That's true. We were going to do that. We were going to get you a Patronus, and we were going to get you what's the other
wand.
thing? No, you did get a wand. You went through the process of getting your wand and
What was my wand then, huh?
whatever it was when we said it. So it's in the first one.
It was like Seamus's wand.
You can reread. No, that's the one I bought.
Oh, okay.
I bought that because it looked like a chess piece and it was very simple, and I thought it was the coolest wand. That's the one I bought.
Well,
you can go to there and pay a lot of money to get your custom wand made. That was your actual.
do
wand.
it.
No, it's not worth it for some
is
dumb hunk of plastic.
Indeed.
Okay, so then the fifth one, there's a lot of things they leave out, but it's not really like, I mean, there are important things, but it's more sort of like behind the scenes things that you learn. One of the most important things I would definitely say is the battle in the Department of Mysteries. You learn way more about that. You learn what the Department of Mysteries is. They go through multiple different rooms in the Department of Mysteries, and you kind of get the idea that it's like the like secret part of the government that like nobody knows about. And the people who work in the Department of Mysteries are called unspeakables, and they literally cannot speak about what their job is.
FBI.
And so the
CIA.
fact that Harry and his group go in there, like it's a crazy thing that they go into the Department of Mysteries because you can't just walk in there. And so they go through all the different rooms there, and they see where they study the different aspects of magic and stuff there, and it's really cool and really crazy.
like ancient magic.
Yes, literally like that. And so so that's really cool. And then when they get back, one of my favorite parts in all of the books is when they get back from the ministry after Sirius dies. They go back to Dumbledore's office, and it's in the movie just a tiny bit, but one of my favorite scenes in the whole book series is when Harry is talking to Dumbledore in Dumbledore's office, and Dumbledore says, I'll tell you everything. And basically Dumbledore explains to Harry about the prophecy and about like, basically that's when you learn about his mom's love magic and all that stuff. And it kind of explains all the stuff that's been happening the whole time and why Voldemort chose Harry in the first place and stuff like that. And so it's really an important part, and also something that they don't accurately portray at all. A lot of Harry Potter fans, it's really funny. Either you really love the fifth book like I do, it's my favorite book by far. Either you love the fifth book, or a lot of people don't like the fifth book because that's where we get the most of what people refer to as caps lock Harry. Because in the book, Harry is very mad. He's very angry and upset throughout almost the entire book. And he takes it out on Ron and Hermione a lot. So he is kind of mean and rude to them and to a lot of people. And he's going through a lot up to that point, and he has PTSD and he has mental issues. And so that part of the book I really like a lot because it's more like real life, like life sucks. And so like I like that kind of stuff. But most people, when they read the books when they're younger, they don't like the fifth book. It's hard for people to get through it because the book's not a happy book. Like Harry is very mad the whole time, and he like yells at people, and that's why they call it Caps Lock Harry, because it's all capital letters, you know.
Makes sense.
And so in the scene where Dumbledore and Harry are having their long conversation, Harry gets really upset, and he like breaks everything in Dumbledore's office. Like he just like destroys the whole office, and Dumbledore just sits there and kind of like cries because he sees how hurt Harry is, not physically but just like the whole time, and he knows what he put Harry through for the first 10 years of his life, making him live with such terrible people, and that Harry's been so abused and all this stuff. And then all of that builds up to the point where you kind of realize, and the prophecy and everything is like, this is like some big thing. Like there's bigger things going on here than just like Harry and Voldemort. Like it's like a cosmic thing and like destiny and stuff. And so that kind of stuff is really cool. And that makes it mean more in the seventh one when you find out that Snape was like a triple agent the whole time, and he was trying to protect Harry a lot of the time, even though he hated Harry, because he did hate Harry, because he reminded him of his dad, because he loved Harry's mom. And so like the ending of the whole series is a lot more impactful in the books, because you learn more about the sort of like overall bigger meaning to everything more. And then that's one of the reasons I love the fifth one, because it's kind of where like everything that happens before that leads to that point, and you learn a lot of things. And then the sixth book is one of my least favorite books, because that's kind of where they focus more on Voldemort. So like I said, they go back into Voldemort's past more, and you actually learn about Voldemort's family. Like you learn about his mom, who has a really sad story, and his mom's family, who are the descendants of Salazar Slytherin. And so you learn more about where that ring that Dumbledore had that he destroyed. Dumbledore destroyed one of the Horcruxes with Snape's help. That was the ring. In the movie, you see Dumbledore's hand is kind of like crumpled and dying. They explain way more about that in the sixth book. And you realize that Dumbledore put the Horcrux on, and it like started to kill him. And Snape stopped the curse from killing Dumbledore, but he said it would only stop for like a year. So that's why Dumbledore knew he only had like a year or so to live. And so that's why he was telling Snape, you have to kill me, because if Draco doesn't kill me, this will kill me, and we can't let this kill me. So there's like deeper stuff going on, like more behind the scenes things. A lot of that, again, you learn in the seventh one when you see Snape's journey. Also, they go through the RAB stuff. At the end of the sixth one, Dumbledore and Harry go to the cave to find the Horcrux.
Yep.
Right? Yep. And you learn about the Inferi, which are like the dead bodies of all the people Voldemort killed.
I hate those. I hate those.
Yeah, they're kind of like zombies. Voldemort, like those are all the bodies of people Voldemort had killed. And you learn that that cave...
Inferi? Inferi. But there's Inferi in Hogwarts Legacy, but he didn't...
Right. No. Dark wizards make Inferi.
Oh, okay.
So those are just the ones that Voldemort made.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they're not just all the Inferi in the world. And Voldemort didn't make Inferi. He didn't invent them. He just made them.
Yeah, I hate those. Those are the worst things.
Right, they're awful in Hogwarts Legacy. And you have to kill the like thing that is like controlling them before you can kill any of them. They keep coming back.
Yeah.
So you learn more about that a little bit. And then there's more with the romance stuff. Is kind of fun. Like Harry goes on dates with Cho in the book, and they realize they just can't. They're not really compatible together, so they kind of break up. And then Harry and Ginny are a lot more in the sixth one. So you kind of get that, makes a little bit more sense. The whole time Ron and Hermione are kind of like will they, won't they, the entire time. And so I realized that the whole time I was reading. But like I said, there were people who did not think that Ron and Hermione were going to get together. There were people who thought that Harry and Hermione were going to be together when they were reading as the books were coming out. Like, I never thought that. Did you?
I didn't feel
I
that
thought it was pretty
I just thought
obvious.
they were friends. I mean,
Well, I thought it was pretty obvious that like Ron and Hermione liked each other, and then Harry didn't know what was going on. And in the sixth one, because in the book you realize that Ginny liked in the if you remember in the second movie, Ginny can't even be around Harry.
No,
She's like really scared.
She's scared.
She has a huge crush on him, and then Gilderoy Lockhart and all that stuff. And she has a crush on him the whole time. But Ginny is good friends with Hermione in the books. And so Hermione tells Ginny to just be herself. And so for like a whole book, she dates Dean. And she dates like several guys. And Ron gets really mad whenever he sees Ginny with some guy because he's like, you're my sister, you blah, blah, whatever. And Harry gets jealous in the 6th book when she sees her with Dean. And it's actually when he takes the Felix Felicis and goes out on a date that he accidentally does the thing that like separates Ginny and Dean, and then they end up getting together. So that all makes way more sense. It's not super like abrupt like it is in the movies. Yeah. Although in the book you do get a bit of a sense that Ginny does still like Harry kind of throughout, but Ginny is not really a main character until the 5th one when they create Dumbledore's army. Then she becomes more of a main character at the same time as Luna and Neville. But Neville's kind of been there from the beginning. You learn more about Luna. You learn more about her past. In the books, one of the cool scenes is when they go visit Luna's dad in the book. They go into Luna's room, and Luna had painted this giant mural all over her room of her friends from Hogwarts. So like Harry and Ron and Hermione are there, and Neville and sort of Dumbledore's army and stuff are there. And it's really awesome, but it's very sad. It's very sad. And in the book, you realize that they took her. And then so it's kind of like in the movie. They did a good job.
I wonder why they took her.
Well, just to stop Xenophilius. Xenophilius has a magazine called The Quibbler. So like he writes pro Harry Potter stuff even after the Death Eaters take over the Ministry. He writes bad stuff in his magazine about the Death Eaters and Voldemort. And so they take Luna away from him to force him to stop releasing the Quibbler and stuff and saying good things about Harry and bad things about Voldemort.
That makes sense.
That's why they
never explained that.
No, it hasn't. No, they don't
in
explain
the movies.
It. Also in the books, Bill Weasley and Charlie Weasley's not really a big character, but he does come in every now and then. Bill is a sort of important character. Him and Fleur get married. That's the wedding in the 7th one, though they really never even show him. But they're there. Okay. Bill gets in the 5th, at the end of the 5th book, Bill is a member of the Order of the Phoenix, and he gets attacked by a werewolf. And Bill doesn't become a werewolf, but he has to eat raw meat and stuff. So like Bill gets like really disfigured and stuff, and Fleur is there a lot. So Fleur is more of a big character in the books, and Bill is as well. Charlie doesn't really do anything.
Isn't he the one with the dragons?
Charlie's the one with the dragons. He doesn't really come back and do anything. In the 6th one, then, you learn more about Slughorn, kind of. It's kind of interesting stuff. The 7th one is the one I've read the least, so I remember a little bit less of it. But then the 7th one, there's more about the Deathly Hallows, and I don't even know if you got this at all from the book, but like the invisibility cloak that Harry's had from the beginning is the one true invisibility cloak that Death cut off of its cloak and gave to the Peverell.
I was going to say, because it's Harry, like, weird that
Harry is a direct descendant of the Peverells, the 3 brothers.
Wow.
So Harry is a descendant of them. So that's how they got, Harry's dad got the cloak originally from like his father, who got it from his father, who got it from his father, who got it from his father, who was one of the brothers.
Oh, okay.
And so Harry actually owns, at the end, Harry is Master of Death because he has the cloak, which Dumbledore realized was an important cloak. They talk about invisibility cloaks in the books more, and you realize that Harry's is like a special one because they can make spells to make things invisible, but it never lasts very long. But Harry's is total invisibility for years. Forever. And it's a thing that's been passed down. And so Dumbledore knows that, and that's one of the things one of the reasons he sends Harry on the chase for the Deathly Hallows as well as the Horcruxes.
I have a question.
Yeah. Is all this making sense?
Yeah. For some reason I kept thinking that the Philosopher's Stone is that one thing that can bring people back to life. Right. In the...
Because it does look kind of similar.
Deathly
It was red.
Hallows.
Both were red. It has nothing to do with that. Yeah, I can totally see why you would think that, especially the paralleling from the 1st and the 7th. But
what happened?
That's just called the Resurrection Stone.
What happened to the Resurrection Stone?
Harry drops it in the forest. So Harry has it. Dumbledore got it, and he put it in the snitch.
Oh, that was what was
And
in
it
the
said, "I
snitch.
open at the close." So that stone that Harry got, where his parents and Lupin and everyone came out,
Yeah.
and Sirius, that was the resurrection stone.
And so it resurrected him.
It didn't resurrect. No,
No,
that's
no.
a great thought, but no, it doesn't. It didn't. Harry didn't die because Voldemort didn't kill Harry. Voldemort killed the piece of himself that was in Harry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The Horcrux that was in Harry.
Yeah.
If you have questions, please ask. So that's an important thing. So at one point, Harry owned the invisibility cloak and the resurrection stone, and he was the true owner of the
Elder Wand.
Elder Wand. So he was the master of death. So Voldemort wouldn't have been able to kill him theoretically at all, and that's why the Elder Wand never worked for Voldemort, because Voldemort is the one that tries to kill Harry.
Yeah.
He tries to kill Harry when they're on the motorcycle with Hagrid, but his wand just won't work, and Harry's wand like automatically flies up. In the movie, you really see it good. His wand flies up and sort of casts a counter curse automatically without Harry even thinking about it. He's like passed out. That's because of the wand not working, because Harry's the true owner of the wand. But I don't know if he had the wand at that point. I think he had Lucius's wand. But it has to do with that kind of stuff. Hedwig dies.
Yeah.
Full on, like, dies.
That's kind of sad.
It is sad. But it's kind of, in the movie they show that, and they really don't focus on it at all. They don't focus on it really in the book either, but Harry's sad that Hedwig dies. Oh, I was going to tell you, at the end, one of the cool things that they do is after Ron leaves, Harry and Hermione go to Godric's Hollow. Mm-hmm. They do this in the movie too, and they go through the graveyard and they see his parents' grave, and they see his house, and they see the Peveril's grave there with the Deathly Hallows symbol on it. And then they go to Bertha Jorkin's house and the snake, and it's crazy and all this stuff. And Harry's wand gets busted, right? Mm-hmm. Well, so Hermione gives Harry the pieces, and they try fixing it a bunch, but they can't. It's just broken into too many pieces. But Harry keeps the pieces. And at the very end of the book, he uses the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand, to reparo his wand, and it fixes his wand, and then he throws the wand into the water.
I would just into the Elder Wand.
Yeah.
If I was him.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's reasons he didn't, because in the book they go through kind of the history of the Elder Wand, and like the people who have the Elder Wand are like the big evil guys throughout history, right? So like the Hitler type of guys, Napoleon type stuff like that. And it's not necessarily those guys exactly, but like in the wizarding world, if you have the Elder Wand, it's probably going to corrupt you, and the power is going to corrupt you, and you do lots of evil things with it. And because you have the Elder Wand, people seek you out for the Elder Wand if they learn you have it. And then that's when we get into the whole Grindelwald thing with Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And you don't even know who that is. But they made a whole series of movies about it, based on it afterwards. And so that basically a lot of the seventh book is about Harry's relationship with Dumbledore. Dumbledore's dead, but Harry reads stuff about him throughout the book in like Rita Skeeter articles, and then also the book that Rita Skeeter releases. And Harry kind of learns that he didn't know anything about Dumbledore, and he really doesn't trust him. And the whole point of the seventh book is for Harry to kind of come around to the fact that he realizes that not everyone's perfect, and that he does trust Dumbledore at the end, and so he chooses to trust Dumbledore.
Yeah.
But Harry didn't trust Dumbledore because Dumbledore did a lot of bad things in his life. And when Dumbledore was young, him and this other guy named Grindelwald they kind of accidentally basically like started like World War II or World War I, I think is what it was. And they didn't start it, and it's not like they weren't the people from the World War I, but like Grindelwald was a dark wizard like Voldemort, and he thought that all muggles should be like killed and stuff, and wizard kind should like rule over muggles. And he was best friends with Dumbledore. They were best friends. And so Dumbledore had to defeat Grindelwald, and that's why Dumbledore was so famous, because he defeated the greatest dark wizard of all time until Voldemort came. So they actually show Grindelwald in the movie for a second when Voldemort goes to that cell, that like there's like a cell somewhere, and he talks to that. There's like a creepy old guy like laughing. Voldemort's asking him where the Elder Wand is, and he knows because he had the Elder Wand, and Dumbledore took it from him, and that's how Dumbledore became the most powerful wizard.
Okay.
And so you get to learn more about Dumbledore's past. You learn all about Dumbledore's sister, Ariana and the stuff that happened to her, and then his brother and why they don't talk to each other, and the whole history of the Dumbledores. And that's very interesting. Not something they went into in the movies at all, really, but that's kind of fun. And then, in the epilogue, you learn Harry's children's names. You see Draco for a second, and Draco and Harry have like a moment where they nod at each other, so you know that they're not like mortal enemies anymore. And so, so that's just a small thing. There's so many things, just like in Hogwarts Legacy, like if you don't turn a corner and see something happen, you'll never know it was there. Mm-hmm. Like in the books, it's the same thing. Like they talk about Filch. Filch is a squib. I don't remember if that was in the second movie or not, but like Filch is a squib, and a squib is a person who has magical parents who is born without magical powers. Right? Mm-hmm. That's who Mrs. Fig is. The old lady that was Harry's babysitter growing up. Dumbledore made her move there and planted her there because she knew about the magical world but was totally unmagical herself. So he was her spy there watching Harry as he was kind of growing up and stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
And that's why in the fifth movie...
Mr. Fig?
Or Mrs. Fig.
So is she related to Mrs. Professor Fig?
Professor Fig?
Yeah.
Yes. Theoretically, yes. But again, the Hogwarts Legacy canon is different canon. Like it's different stuff.
Yeah.
But like they use names of people like the Professor Weasley, and Phineas Nigellus Black is in the he's the headmaster. He's a character in the books. I told you that, just his painting. But like Mrs. Fig, yes, conceivably Professor Fig in Hogwarts Legacy, his descendant is Mrs. Fig.
Okay.
The old lady that Harry complains about smelling of cabbage and having lots of cats at her house. So a lot of people think that like the cats were part of the spies, and some of them may be actual people and stuff. It's never confirmed in the books or anything like that. But so that's why in the movie, when she finds Dudley and Harry after the Dementors have attacked in the fifth one, and then she goes to his hearing.
I was gonna say, how would someone like
right? She goes to his, and that's kind of when you learn a bit about squibs and stuff. Filch, the guy who the caretaker of the castle, he's a squib. So like he cannot use magic. So everyone thinks it's really cruel that Dumbledore has him hired as basically the janitor of the school when he can't do magic. When any other wizard could just be like wave their wand and clean everything up, he has to do everything by hand. And it's kind of a funny thing. But then that's why he's so bitter and hates the kids so much. Mm-hmm. And then there's something magical about Mrs. Norris, but they don't really ever say what that is. But people think that a lot of people think that she was his former wife or something and got turned into a cat or some crap, but no one knows. Yeah. There's never confirmed. So there's a lot of things like that are not important to the overall story, but that are fun that you wouldn't necessarily know about from not reading the books. So I do highly encourage you to read the books.
Okay.
So, okay, speaking of the books, let's just go through and we can look at some of the books because I think this will be really fun. And we don't have to spend forever doing this, but I just want Hunter to see one of the fun things that we did on the first season, and we did it again in the second season, was we went through and looked at the cover of the books as we were going through, and it was a fun thing to do. So, is your pop empty?
Yes.
Yeah, mine is too. So let's put that down here. I hit the Dementor on the head with a can of Mountain Dew. So, let's see. How do we want to do this? We'll do it the right way first. So I have to grab something real quick. I know we've been going for 2 hours. You guys are really great. I feel like that was a good conversation. We did a good job.
For real.
Okay, so Hunter, this is something I bought a long time ago and have been keeping for you for years. This is your official set of all Harry Potter first edition hardback US releases. And you don't have to take them with you now if you don't want to.
I will.
But this is the entire set of 7 books. And
who's this guy? This guy wasn't there originally, and the other one
he was.
He was not.
Yes. Yep, you talk about him in the show.
Okay.
But
so that's Nicholas Flamel.
Dumbledore. That's just Dumbledore.
Oh.
Purple Cloak.
Who's that guy? Or what? The key? Is that one of the flying keys?
Yep.
Flying keys, and then that's just a random owl. Random curtain. Harry on a broom. A unicorn. Do we ever see unicorns again?
No.
There's
a
one
lot of
unicorn.
things in the first one that don't ever come back, which I'm really disappointed.
Who's that? Is that
It could be like Neville or Harry, like is sneaking out of bed at night. It's just kind of a sneaky thing. Remember, Mary Graham P made that artwork before Harry Potter was big, right? She made that before the book was released.
that makes sense?
So that's the second one. Show the camera real quick.
The second one, which is the Chamber of Secrets.
Right, which we did talk about this in the second one we recorded, but you can go over it real quick.
So there's a phoenix right there.
Yep.
And then
You can look. You don't have to point everything out to the crowd.
A lot of the snakes, there's snakes there that point out that, there's going to be a lot of snakes. Because that's what Slytherins are all about. A big eye there of a snake. A cat there, which is probably Mrs. Norris or whatever her name is.
Yep.
Petrified. That's Ron, and there's Ginny. And they're flying out of the Chamber of Secrets.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the third one,
which you have seen,
I have, which is the Prisoner of Azkaban. They're flying on a
buckbeak,
which is a
hippogriff.
I keep calling them high wings because that's the name of the one from Hogwarts Legacy.
From Hogwarts Legacy, High Wing is the name of Poppy's.
Yeah.
One of my favorite characters from Hogwarts Legacy was Poppy.
My favorite is Sebastian.
Yeah, Sebastian was pretty badass.
Or my one house elf that works at my shop.
Penny.
Penny.
Which I didn't get that mission because I didn't have it on PS5.
Yep. There's a Whomping Willow. There's some old person there. That person.
Just a hooded figure. Dementor.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. I haven't really looked at this cover. When I read the book, I didn't really...
Did you read the paperback?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're still doing it.
There's Harry's. Oh yes, because this is that's Harry's Patronus is right there.
Yep.
Okay.
What's on the inside of the front page? Did you look at that?
He did.
The front page is just a rat.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've looked at these at all.
That's right, Peter Pettigrew. I have not. So
You're right. The rat is Peter Pettigrew.
There's the Goblet of Fire.
Hello, Chloe. You can come down.
There's a bear. Why is there a bear?
A bear? It's the dog. That's
D-O-double-G?
That's Sirius.
That does not look like Sirius, but okay. There's Luna Lovegood. There's Snape. Or whoever that is.
No, not Luna Lovegood. We don't meet her till the fifth one. Fleur. So that's Fleur.
Oh, and that's Victor Crumb.
Victor Crumb, Cedric Diggory.
And then this is...
Dragon.
Okay.
Dragon egg.
And this right here is the Goblet of Fire, probably?
Probably.
Yep, the dragon. There's the
Bobaton
thing.
Carriage. And that's the Goblet of Fire.
Oh. And then there's a giant, whatever the hell this is.
That is something that is not in the movies at all. I didn't even bother telling Hunter about the Scroots. The blast-ended Scroots. Okay. Or the fact that Hagrid is their teacher. He's in their teacher in the third one, but he continues to be their teacher.
Okay, so the Order of the Phoenix. It's Harry with some candles.
Yep. And doors. It has to do with the Department of Mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really so cool.
And then this is people.
Now, can you imagine for a second how we felt when the artwork for this was released? And we were like, who are these people? Because they would release the artwork like months, maybe even before the book came out. Mm-hmm. So it was like all over. Like, what does this mean? Wait, you're not going to tell us who those people are?
Who are those people?
You know who they all are. You've seen the movie.
I know I have, but do I? That's that one girl.
Tonks.
Who's that guy?
Mad Eye Moody.
Oh, that makes sense. He looks different in the movie.
Yeah.
That's Sirius? Or is that...
let me look. That's Sirius, I believe. Okay. Now, who's that? Now, remember, this isn't specifically a scene.
Snape.
Yep, good job. Look inside. You didn't look inside.
Oh, I'm sorry. Curtain. Blah, blah, stuff. I don't know.
A lot of curtains.
Yeah.
Mary Graham P likes her curtains.
Curtain. Or something, some like wind. And then The Half-Blood Prince is them looking into a pensive.
Nope.
Destroying the one Horcrux.
We're trying to find the Horcrux, drinking the potion.
Oh, yeah, because, that was weird.
Yeah. So one of my...
Nothing. The one symbol that's bad.
The Dark Mark above Hogwarts.
Hogsmeade.
Hogwarts.
Oh, that looks like Hogsmeade.
It's Hogwarts.
Yeah, whatever.
And then...
What are they? Are they in a river? Are they in water?
I don't know.
Looks weird.
But who is it?
Ron, Hermione, and Hermione. Ron, Hermione, and Ginny.
Yeah, because Ginny's important in that book.
Uh-huh. She's tough.
She is tough. Ginny is way cooler in the books than she is in the movie. Way cooler.
The Deathly Hallows. Harry pointing to this, going like this. For some reason, I don't know.
When they released this cover, it was like, oh. I remember reading about like where they thought they were and all this stuff, and
curtain in what looks to be some black cape or something. Nothing. Voldemort or Death Eater. Nope, that's definitely Voldemort because of the.
So when they would release this, Hunter, we would release it like this. It was just the image, and they would release it like this. So you would just see it like this. You're like, holy crap, this is going to be the greatest book in the whole world. And everyone was like, where are they at? Are they at Hogwarts? Are they somewhere else? Are they at the Ministry? Where are they at?
Yeah, that is kind of weird that the way that they shaped that, but
it was so epic at the time. Like
epico.
It was very epico, 100%.
Epico.
So that is all the books. You can set those over there next to you, Hunter. I got other stuff over here. So while I was while he's putting those away, while I was in the hospital, I had some people buy me some stuff, and one of the things they bought me that's really cool is this chocolate frog. So this is an official chocolate frog from like Universal Studios or whatever. I don't know if you can buy these in a store or not or what, but probably. I did open it and take a bite out of it to try it, but it is still almost all there.
Is there a card?
It does come with a very cool card.
Who'd you get? Oh, you got Hengrist of Woodcroft. Hey, Woodcroft.
Hengrist of Woodcroft, exactly. If you go to Woodcroft in the game, you can meet, I don't know if it's that exact guy, but you meet his relative or something. You know about it.
Where's Woodcroft? It's one of the places in Hogwarts Legacy. I don't really know any of the villages' names. I just recognized it.
Oh, this is Hengrist of Woodcroft is the guy that settled the village of Hogsmeade. So he created Hogsmeade.
Oh.
But you can go to Woodcroft, though.
I don't know where that's at.
I'm pretty sure you can.
It's all the crofts.
Yeah.
Crofts.
So that's really cool. One other thing that I got, just to show this off, my aunt bought me this. It's very cool. I don't know where to put it or what to do with it, but this is a Daniel Radcliffe autograph. I believe that it's real. I don't know how she got it. It looks like a real autograph to me, like that was made with a real marker. But so I do have Daniel Radcliffe's autograph. It's a really interesting thing. So Hunter, after the release of the books, JKR released a few different things. And one of the first things she released was...
Fantastic Beasts.
She released a set of books. It came in a double pack. It was Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them and Quidditch Through the Ages. And I do not have Quidditch Through the Ages. I have it somewhere around here. I have like a copy. I have like a fancy copy of both of them, like hardcover. But this is my original Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them one. And the thing that was cool about this, Hunter, is it actually goes, this is all from JKR herself, but it goes through and it talks about, it gives classifications of danger to each of the different animals that are in the series and breeds of creatures. But this is specifically Harry Potter's book. So like there are notes throughout the book, and it's Harry writing all the notes. And there's also, I believe, a foreword in here, Acromantula. So it's Ron and Harry playing Hangman. But there's a foreword in here by Albus Dumbledore that talks about certain different things, and it's very interesting. And then she released those, and that was for charity. And then also for charity, she released this, which is the Tales of Beetle the Bard. So this is the Tales of Beetle the Bard, and it is a series of, again, this is all for charity, so all proceeds from this still to this day go to charity, but I believe. But so this, I've never read this. I've never actually even really opened it and looked at it. I just kept it as something special to always have that I've never read. But it is a series of, I believe, 4 or 5 fairy tales from just wizarding fairy tales. One of them being the Tales of the Three Brothers.
Okay, that's interesting.
And she may have released this actually before the final book came out. I'm not sure. I think she released it after the fact.
Isn't there a show of?
Yeah, this came out in 2008, so this would be the year after the final book was released. Isn't there what?
Fantastic Beasts movie or something?
There's 3 of them. There was supposed to be 5 of them, but they're so bad that they canceled them after the 3rd one. So that's that. Very interesting and fun. Some bonus stuff. This is my copy of Harry Potter and, what can you tell which one that is?
Spanish.
Right. Can you tell which book it is? Show the people.
We the people. The 4th one.
Yes.
Because it says 4.
Oh.
Harry Potter
Quattro.
and the Goblet of
Fuego, which is fire.
That makes sense.
But you should be able to tell by looking at it because he's holding the egg, right? And you can see the Beauxbaton's carriage there.
Oh, for real.
So that's my Spanish my paperback Spanish copy of the 4th one, which is very cool. And surprisingly here in the United States, with as many Spanish-speaking people that there are here, which is a lot, I'm shocked I've never come across more of the Spanish language books. I'm shocked because I would love to have a whole collection of Spanish books, but you never see the Spanish books ever.
I'm taking a Spanish class right now.
You see the British editions more than you see these.
I have a British edition with the.
Yep, Kat gave it to you. So here is
It's a big old book.
Here is my my German copy of. Can you tell which one?
Unter Orden des
Phoenix.
Phonics. Joanne K. Rowling.
Yep.
Her name's Joanne.
Joanne. Yep.
Joanne Rowling.
And this actually is really cool. I got this from a friend of mine who went to Germany for a trip, and he asked me before he left which of the Harry Potter books was my favorite. And I told him, and I did not expect. We're friends, but we weren't like best friends or anything. It's from Chris.
It's okay.
No, well, it doesn't matter. But my friend Chris, not Chris Parker or Chris Schoenberg, but a different Chris. But this is my German copy. I love owning the other language versions of these. So that's that one. This is my copy, my pretty fancy copy of the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the screenplay. So this J.K. Rowling wrote the screenplay for the movie, which a screenplay hunter is a movie, the script for a movie, basically.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. It's not a big deal. And I have seen the first Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I've seen some of the second one, but I've never watched it. I went and saw this one in the theater. I was like super excited for it. And it made me so mad. I was like, I'm done with this. And that was also at the time when Cursed Child came out. And everybody watching and listening, I tried to find my copy of Cursed Child to just show Hunter. But honestly, Cursed Child has made me so mad. And it was so close to actually like killing my love of Harry Potter to death, to the point where I just didn't want to even ever read the books or think about it ever again, because it was literally so bad. It's like the worst thing ever that's ever been made by human hands. it's awful. And so I don't think I have it. I know I didn't get rid of it. I thought about making a video burning it or something, but I was like, that's so ridiculous and extreme. So I think what I did was I have it in storage somewhere, in a box of books in storage, which would be at the school. So I don't have it here with me. I would like to show it to you. I went and bought it at the midnight release when it came out. It was listed as the 8th book in the Harry Potter series. It's the biggest pile of trash that has ever existed. To just tell you the story of that in a nutshell, it takes place after the 19 years later. Hermione is the Minister of Magic. Harry works at the ministry. And the whole core of that story, to spoil it for you, because you should never read it ever. I'm serious. Don't ever read it. It's terrible. It's a stage play. So it's written as a stage play. So it's like scene 1. This character says it. It's about Harry's son who gets sorted into Slytherin. And then Harry doesn't like his son anymore, which is totally not Harry's character at all. It's terrible. And then Draco's son, I think it's Draco's son, it's Scorpius.
Let me guess, he's Gryffindor.
He gets sorted into Slytherin as well, but they're best friends.
Oh, wow.
And they get a time turner and travel back in time and basically ruin the Harry Potter books. They make Cedric Diggory evil, and Hermione becomes like evil Minister of Magic, and Voldemort doesn't die. And the whole point of that series is that the girl that's helping him the whole time, her name is Delphi, I think, or Delphi. The crazy twist at the end of that is that Voldemort and Bellatrix had a baby, an evil baby called Delphi. And she is manipulating Harry's son and Draco's son the whole time. It's the worst thing. These two guys.
Okay.
And so it's not J.K. Rowling, but she okayed it.
Why?
I lost all faith in her when she did that. I was like, this is horrific. I've read fan, what do they call it?
Fan page.
No, I've like
Fandango.
No, when Fandango. When people write their own version of the Harry Potter stories, it's a shoot. I don't like it, but it's a very important thing. It's like fan. Shoot.
Google.
No, we got to figure it out. We can't suck.
No, we do suck not knowing this, because I've literally talked about it on Harry Potter. I've been hearing and editing podcasts about this crap. It's like fan something.
It's Fandang.
Hey Google, what's it called when you write a story in someone else's universe?
According to Wikipedia, fan fiction or fanfiction,
fanfic.
also known as
Hey Google, stop. Thank you, 4th member of our podcast. Fanfic or fanfiction, which is a huge thing in Harry Potter. You can go on. Don't ever do this. Don't search fanfiction. Maybe when you're older, if you want to. At the time, fanfiction was huge between the books because people would write what they thought the next book was going to be like. So I did read some of them back when I was in like college as the books were coming out. But they're awful and stupid and it's dumb. I don't like fan lore. I'm sorry, everyone watching this. You're all the people who write this kind of stuff. You're into fanon. I'm not into fanon. Fanon is fan canon. Canon. Do you know what canon means?
Didn't happen.
No, canon is like the actual story.
Okay.
The official story is what's canon, and they call fanon is fan created canon or head canon, which is like, oh, I've always thought that Harry and Draco should be in a relationship.
The hell?
That's like the number one fan fiction thing of all time. It's like the dumbest thing in the world.
No, it's Hermione and...
No, people... Well, there's a lot of Hermione and... There's every character you can imagine. It doesn't matter. But it doesn't even matter. It's not all just about what characters end up with what characters. It's about, like... There were a lot of people writing it between the 6th and the 7th one. And they went on adventures for Horcruxes. And what did they think the Horcruxes were? Or between the 4th and the 5th one.
Okay.
Or the 5th one and the 6th one.
Well, those one makes... That...
Right, so
could
it's
be
just
interesting.
Yeah, so it's just people's own interpretations of it. There are whole fan fictions that are like 25 pages of like what Ginny did when she was at school the year Harry wasn't there. Or anything, right? But the thing is, people consume this so much that they can't tell the difference between those things and what's in the books. And that's where you get headcanon and fanon starting to involve. And my stance on this has always been headcanon, #headcanon, worst canon. Because I don't like... The books are the real story of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
They change things in the movies. The movies are okay. Hogwarts Legacy is great. But the actual story of Harry Potter is what's in the books. Yeah. If it's not in the books, it didn't actually happen. And J.K. Rowling has said she wrote 72 notebooks full of notes of all the characters, how they connect. She had a whole backstory for Dean that was supposed to be in the 6th book that got edited and taken out of the story. There was supposed to be Florian Fortescue, the ice cream guy from the 2nd one. He had an ice cream shop. He was supposed to be an important character in the 7th one. There was a Weasley cousin who was supposed to be involved, all this stuff. She has all this information of things that didn't make it into the books or that just were not ever there. And she was supposed to release a book called the Harry Potter Encyclopedia. And it was supposed to be all these 72 pages of notes that she had that maybe were supposed to be in the book or just ancillary things. Like the Dean stuff, it never made it into the book, so we don't know if that's real or not. But she had all these stories for backstories for characters, how they were connected, all the adults, which house they were in, stuff, all that stuff. And she was going to release this huge book that was the encyclopedia explaining all this stuff. And when Warner Brothers got the rights to all of her stuff, they stopped her and they wouldn't let her release it. And that was what Pottermore was supposed to be. As you read through the books on Pottermore, you would read all these special little notes and things. And then it got really muddy because after the books were done being released and the movies were out, every now and then J.K. Rowling would like tweet some fact, or some kid would be interviewing her, or she was on the news or something, and they would ask a question like, you know, what's the significance of Durmstrang? What country is Durmstrang in, or whatever, you know, or Beauxbaton? What country are, you know, they're in France, obviously, but like, you know, and then she would answer the question. But the thing is, because she's the author saying these things, it's her story. She can make up whatever she wants. But sometimes the things she would say didn't really work with what she wrote in the book or what she had originally intended. And then Warner Brothers prevented her from releasing the encyclopedia so that they could doll this information out really slowly and piece it out over time. And then they got tired of that. So they just started making up stuff. And so now none of it's true. It's like this total mash of baloney. And so that's why I go by what's in the books and what's officially in the books. So like there were things she released within the first like 4 years or so after the books were released, before they started doing Pottermore and before Warner Brothers took all the stuff away from her, basically. And I'm not saying Warner Brothers is like really the bad guy here. She let this all happen, you know, but she's what doesn't matter. We don't need to get into her as a person, but like, there are things she said after the fact that people do believe. There are certain things that she said. And so it's really hard to look online and find out and know what's real and what's not real and stuff. Very hard. I wanted to show this off because since we recorded the first season, the podcast that I work for has released 2 books, compendium of the first book, and a companion to the Sorcerer's Stone, and then this one, which is a companion to the Chamber of Secrets. So these are books that people that I've worked with for 13 years have written, and my name is in this book, a bunch in the thank yous for being the person that edited the podcast. So I just wanted to show these off. And then I also have a book that was written by a friend of mine who I work with a different podcast through Broomsticks on. This is a book, a friend of mine named Irvin Cateman wrote this book, Dumbledore. It's called Dumbledore, The Life and Lies of Hogwarts' Renowned Headmaster, an Unofficial Exploration. And it's a really awesome book. You can tell it's printed by the same company that printed this. And it's awesome. And I haven't had the chance to read it yet because I just got it a couple of weeks ago. But this author, Irvin Cateman, just released a new book about the Malfoy family. And just last week, Draco, the actor that played Draco Malfoy in the movies, Tom Felton,
I saw that.
He is playing Mr. Malfoy. He's playing himself. He's playing Draco Malfoy in the Cursed Child play.
Oh.
Or no, I take it back. He's playing, I don't know what it is, but he's in the Cursed Child play.
Oh.
Yeah. But Tom Felton is like awesome. He's like one of the only Harry Potter actors who still loves Harry Potter, and he's like legitimately a cool dude. He plays the guitar. He's really cool, really awesome guy in real life. But he got a copy of someone gave him a copy of Irvin's Malfoy book, and he autographed it and signed it as himself and as Draco Malfoy. Oh. And so Irvin was like freaking out because it's like, that's amazing. I mean, it's incredible, you know? So there's lots of Harry Potter stuff like that. I wanted to show Hunter this. This is something that I bought. It was on clearance at a store because the spine here is all ripped and broken. But this is one of the coolest art things I've ever seen from Harry Potter. You can look through there. It's just artwork that the people that work for the movies created for different things. And so you can see.
Oh, they're stickers. Yuck.
They're stickers, but it doesn't. Don't worry about that. It's the artwork that's so impressive and awesome. It's logos for things. It's slogans. It's beasts. It's all sorts of things. You can look at that on your own time if you want. It's absolutely incredible artwork. And if anybody that's watching this or is listening has that you want to like look into this, it's really cool. It's just called Harry Potter World of Stickers, Art from the Wizarding World Archive.
Don't let Chloe get a hold of that.
I know, I won't. She wouldn't just tear stickers out of a thing.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Where's Avada Kedavra?
Boo.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, so there's that. I'm not going to show off every Harry Potter thing I have or gotten, but I think this is a really cool thing that I got. It's a book end or book stand, and it's Harry with his wand. So what you do is you set it down, and then you set books like this up against it, and it looks like he's holding them up there with his wand. So it's really cool. That's a fun Harry Potter thing that I've got.
Ravenclaw quit. Oh, it's all the Quidditch things. These are cool. You know what we could make like a college football team if we took a picture of this.
1,000%, Hunter.
And make Quidditch.
1,000%.
Oh, we should do that.
A Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw,
Quidditch.
Slytherin team.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
That's a
we
great
gotta do
idea.
that
We
later.
should absolutely do that. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Long.
This is
Yeah.
something my aunt bought me. It's a Hogwarts. Well, you'll see.
It's gonna be so cool. It's cool.
And it's really awesome. I wish you could have it so that it. I was going to have it on the whole time in the video, but I forgot. You can also have it do the show setting, which sounds like this. So it's got the train going around on the bottom, and then the Quidditch and different sort of Hogsmeade, Harry Potter stuff down here on the middle level, and then the top level is Hogwarts. It's actually like a really cool decoration. So there's that. That's a really cool thing that I have. It's kind of a big and cumbersome thing, but it's neat. And then, Hunter, the last thing I want us to look through.
Dumbledore's Army, Quidditch number 7.
Because you enjoyed this so much last time, I thought we could take a little bit of time and go through the illustrated editions. There's the third one, which you haven't seen, and the fourth one. And the fifth one is technically out, though I don't have that one yet. But these are both illustrated by Jim Kay, the same author who did the first and second one.
Okay.
And he got overworked doing these, and so he's not going to be doing them anymore. It's a different artist that's going to be taking them and moving on.
All right.
So you can go through and kind of look through there. I haven't actually looked through either of these yet. But next time I read the series, I'm going to read the illustrated edition. So maybe I'll wait another 10 years until the other two books come out. You can look through it if you want.
I looked at it.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with it.
Yeah, and I know you want to get these maybe eventually, so
Yeah.
it'll be something that's really cool to look at when a guy gets it. But like that's Azkaban, which is so cool. Sorry, I can't really look through it without. Oh gosh, the artwork is so cool in these.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
there's Crookshanks, and I know you guys can't see what we're looking at, but there's Professor Trelawney, I assume.
Does this have page numbers? It would be nice if it did. No, it doesn't. But.
So I just thought this kind of stuff was fun. Let's see. What else was I going to have us do? Did I say anything that we haven't done yet?
I don't believe so.
No.
Oh, Hunter, I would officially like to. I've been saving this. I wanted this to be a secret until now, even though I should have done this yesterday and installed it. I want to invite you to play through Lego Harry Potter with me.
Okay.
It is going to be the funnest thing we do ever.
For real.
And we may have to try to find a way to record maybe parts of it or something.
I could do that.
But like, we are going to have so much fun doing that.
We are.
And I'm kind of like, we can only play it, we can't play it online. We can only play it side by side when you're here.
Oh, that sucks.
So they recently, they just released it at the end of last year for PS5. So I may have to buy the PS5 version, even though I have the PS3 version and I bought the PS4 version and I've never opened it. But and it was free on PS Plus.
Yeah.
But the PS5 version not free because it was free on PS Plus when it was PS4 only. So I have the game. We can play it whenever we want.
Okay.
And
Come on down.
yeah, you can come on. You can come here. We're almost done. And so that is something that's going to be so fun for us to do. And Hunter is going to love it because he's very familiar with the castle and everything and the layout of everything from Hogwarts Legacy. But if you are watching this or listening and you have not played through the Lego games, the Harry Potter Lego, you can buy all 7 years.
Yeah.
They are incredible.
No.
You can come up here, Chloe. You don't have to worry about it. I can edit your part out of the video. You're already in the movie rewatches and stuff.
When you were a baby, you were in
When
it.
you were a baby, you were in this. When we were first doing this 4 years ago.
Oh.
And now you have what? Missing 2 teeth?
2 teeth missing.
Yep.
And-
All she wants.
Actually, I want to. I see me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come up here.
Come up here and you'll see yourself.
Come up here,
better.
nerd.
No.
Come right up here.
Come sit on my lap.
Yeah. Yeah, sit on Patrick.
Or sit on Grandma.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us how you feel about Harry Potter? Because you've seen some of the movies.
No.
Who's Harry Potter?
Hunter?
Remember Hunter when he was little, he thought Harry Potter was Peter
What
Pan.
are those?
These?
Well, they kind of look.
What are those for?
These are little Harry
Little
Potter
Harry Potter
things.
characters.
Grandma bought
They
Grandma
look
bought
like
me
yarn.
those.
They kind of look like
Yeah,
yarn.
they look like yarn, but they're hard plastic.
ASMR.
Don't drop it so we don't break it.
Don't break them.
She's fine. And you know what the wands are, right?
Yeah.
She knows what a princess
Can you
wand is.
do you know any of the spells?
What's a spell?
Yeah.
Don't hit.
Don't take someone's eye out.
What?
Abracadabra is what she would know, right?
Abracadabra, which is very close to Avada Kedavra.
Avada Kedavra.
I won't get that one.
Avada
Oh, she's gonna dual
Have
wield
mine.
wands.
Have mine.
Don't break them, though.
Mine's the strongest.
No, mine is.
One second. Okay.
Oh, I do have the British
Mine's the
editions here.
strongest. Mine's the strongest. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have the British editions of the book.
I have well, not all of them. I have the British edition of the Half-Blood Prince and Order of the Phoenix. Hunter's seen these. I actually don't have the first one. Here's my my first bracelet from when I was in the hospital.
Oh, you do have that, huh?
Yeah. So Hunter has these are Chamber of Secrets. I'll have to put
Thought you punk.
some sparks in there.
What do you think you're doing? Oh, look at these books.
Yep. Here's the. I love the cover of this one. This is the British Order of the Phoenix, or a Half-Blood Prince.
It's pretty cool.
Can I open it?
No.
Yeah, you can look in it. It's just a book. Here's the cover, the British cover of Order of the Phoenix.
It's just pages. You don't want to look through it.
Dusty.
There's no pictures.
There's
Dusty.
no pictures. There is pictures in here though.
Hey, don't put that on your mouth.
I didn't.
Just so you don't. Just so whoever
Whoa,
touches
look at
it.
that.
Ooh, look at that one.
Whoa. The Grindylow. See, that's what's so cool about these books. They show so many different
Oh!
things. Yeah, that's cool.
Revelio.
See, as the books get
Revelio.
longer and longer, there's a little owl,
Revelio.
cute owl. As the books get
Revelio.
longer and longer, they have less and less pictures in here, but it's the same amount of pictures.
Close it.
We can close it. And then, Hunter, I have one more. I have Prisoner of Azkaban.
You know what would be so cool? Drumsticks that are like wands.
I know what that is. It's not something that mattered that it got broken. Here's a Prisoner of Azkaban,
Actually,
and look at the Grim on the back of that one. Serious?
The Grim Reaper. You should.
Mine's
You know what would be cool?
Hunter has a copy of Philosopher's Stone. I do not have a copy, and I also don't have. Which ones am I missing here? I have 2, 3, 5,
So you don't have 4
and
or 8.
6. So I don't have 4, 7, or 1.
1, 4, 7.
1, 4, 7. Yeah.
So the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah. Yep. And I actually have 2 copies of this. My cousin bought me this one too. I have 2 copies of
You know what would be really cool?
Half-Blood Prince.
What would be cool?
A drumstick that looks like this wand.
It would be cool. I'm sure that's something that
What?
they
Yeah, so
someone made.
let's buy it. And then I can
Oh, I
do
want to marry you. Come here.
Mary.
She's knighting me.
Oh, knight you. That's right. That's right.
Marry. Marry yourself.
I can't do
Okay.
that.
Marry me.
I'm not Dennis Rodman.
Here, I'll do it.
Marry me.
I dub the
Hey.
Princess Mermaid Chloe.
You have to do it on their head.
Yep.
That's the last one.
Hey.
Okay, so Hunter, do you have any last final thoughts on
Magic.
Harry Potter as a
Magic.
whole?
I'm gonna do a Hogwarts
Magic.
Legacy playthrough and post it on YouTube.
Magic.
He was saying that earlier today, totally unrelated to
How?
this, but he just beat Hogwarts Legacy for the first time, and you should start it now and then go till you get the broom, and then you could go around and start to go to all the different places. You know what I mean, with your new character, rather than continuing with your current character. Although
Yeah,
it may
I'll
be
start a new
easier to do
character.
that. Right, I know, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, Hogwarts Legacy 2 is supposed to come out in the next 2 years, sometime 2026. They're aiming for 2026, 2027. But it doesn't matter. Once GTA comes out, none of this matters anymore.
None of it matters. Hey, don't put that on your nose.
And I think, what else? So you liked it overall, right?
Yep.
And you'll read the books eventually?
Yes.
Yeah. Not something big deal. Hey, are there any books or anything that you have read that have gotten you into stuff that you're excited,
I don't really read books that much.
You
but-
don't. Yeah, and that's fine. Definitely, as we've said, you don't have to. Hunter and I we watched the first Hunger Games movie last night for the first time. And so we've been teasing him about Twilight forever, but I don't want him to just hate Twilight because I love Twilight and his mom loved Twilight too. So we're going to eventually watch the Twilight movies and he can read the books if he wants. We've got them all. I got him a copy of the Hunger Games and I actually have him a copy of all the Percy Jackson books for him as well. So he can read any of those things if he wants to at any time, or you don't have to, but we can always watch the movies. And we just did the Fortnite event from earlier, and
Yeah.
he didn't know what some of those things were referencing, but he knew what most of it was. I didn't know what
We're
some of
going
it
to
was.
my
chapter
mustache?
7.
Yep, we went from chapter 6, 7.
Here's my last of the mustache.
The mustaches.
Of a very long mustache.
Very long mustache.
But don't break them. The fridge is going to break them.
If she breaks them, it's fine. Both of those cost for like a buck at a Goodwill or a garage
Hey, let's
sale.
do
Hey,
it.
don't break them.
But don't break
No,
them.
don't break them,
them.
but I
Don't
said
break
let's go
'em.
buy them.
Don't
Yeah,
break them on
that's what I
purpose,
meant.
but yeah. Well, sometimes wands you can find them cheap, and sometimes they're expensive. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, well, we can end this now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Read books.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be more than this. This is just something special we did to end and kind of finalize this whole process.
Hi.
Now that Hunter's experienced the whole story through the movies, so that's all this needs to be.
I need this.
Thank you all very much. Make sure to check out the album. I know at this point that I have the patrickmusilek.bandcamp.com, so you guys can check that out. That's where the album is, but I'll have other links around wherever
on
you happen to see
Spotify.
this. It's not going to be on Spotify as far as I know right now because I want to just keep it so that people
down?
need to buy it to listen to it.
Okay.
But it might eventually end up there. I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I think the podcast might end up on Spotify, which would be really cool, but
That
we'll
would
end up
be.
seeing what happens.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Patrick signing out.
And Hunter.
And Theresa.
Yep, and Chloe said bye too.
And she's gone.
She's gone.
Until next
Gone.
time.
Dead.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Read books.
Until next time.
Until next. Oh, that's right. We always did that. Until next time.
Oh,
although
until
there won't
next
be a
time.
next time.
Maybe you
with
did.
something else. Yep.
I guess if we do it
can
with
go put
Chloe.
the-
I'm gonna
Heat
look
on.
up Harry Potter drumsticks.
You should look that up. Wand drumsticks. Oh my gosh, my ears are so different now because this is just blasting high frequencies at me the whole time.
Okay, we need to go put
Holy
heat on
cow.
upstairs.
Okay,
Yeah.
that worked good, right? You guys are happy with that, right?
Oh yeah, as long as you are.
Oh, I'm happy with it. I just wanted it to be kind of whatever Hunter wanted it to be, but we probably shouldn't have spent so long looking at stuff. We're at 2 hours and 39 minutes. That's awesome. So we only looked at stuff for 30 minutes. Oh, Hunter.
What?
I forgot. hold on. We'll just show everybody at the end here. So I totally forgot. Grandma's going to go put the heat back on. I forgot. I wanted to show everybody my Japanese versions. Hunter, how dumb am I? Oh no! Oh no! So these are... Be careful. So careful. These are, which you can't tell, these are my Harry Potter Japanese versions. I have the entire set in Japanese. So here's the first one. I'll just go through and show these. Here's the second one. They're reverse, right? It's because you read Japanese books from right to left. The covers on these are awesome, Hunter.
Whoa,
That's Chamber of Secrets. And here is Prisoner of Azkaban.
I can't find anything with the...
Well,
who cares?
But the cool thing about the Japanese ones is that after book 3, each of the books is actually 2 books. So there's 12 Harry Potter books in Japanese in Japan. So here's part 1 of Goblet of Fire.
Interesting. Whoa.
Here's part 2 of Goblet of Fire. Here's part 1 of Order of the Phoenix. They're pink. Each of the books is a different color, so you can tell them together. Part 2 of Order of the Phoenix. Ministry of Magic. And then here's part 1, I believe, of Half-Blood Prince in Potions class. Part 2 of Half-Blood Prince. Dumbledore and the potion in the cave. I love this artwork. And then I haven't even opened this yet, but this is a fully brand new copy of Deathly Hallows.
Cool.
Look at that. That's crazy. These are so awesome. And you want to know something else, Hunter, that's cool about these? Here, I'll sit down so people can see me. I can include this at the end. Every one of these I bought used. I bought this whole set for $25, which is insane. Absolutely insane. But every one of these books comes with this sort of pamphlet explaining... I think it explains... I'm not exactly sure what this is. Come on. It's like explaining, I think, what's happened up to this point. Kind of a recap. There's these little drawings from the artist, the illustrator. And then there's also this, which, oh man, look at that. I think it's like a advertisement for the audiobooks, maybe?
I don't know.
But there's bonus stuff basically in every book, is what I'm saying. And in the earlier ones, there's like really cool, interesting, different artworks. There's like a package with postcards in it. It's really cool and something that's very awesome. And then something that earlier this year, I actually finished a collection that I've been working on for many years. I have... This is stupid to do this, but I have all 7. And I've been looking for these for many years. I have all 7.
The 7
of the Harry Potter Ultimate Editions on Blu-ray.
Nice.
These are impossible to find. Impossible. And I have all of them. Look, the 4th one's upside down. I have all of them, including the 7th one, which I just got. It has both the 7th and 8th movies in it. But if you're unaware of what these are, it's like a 10-hour documentary set up across the different Blu-ray discs. Each piece of the documentary across each of these 7 things is a specific part of the Harry Potter movies. So like one focuses on just the creatures, one focuses on the music of the soundtrack, one
Interesting.
focuses on like the bad guys. Like, it's so incredible and something that I've been searching for many years. So I'm so proud to have gotten that stuff over the last year. Very lucky to have this stuff. And yeah, so sorry. Okay, now we'll end it.
Okay.
Thanks, Hunter. I gotta come around to stop it. Oh, don't hit your head there.
Going skiing, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, I don't like how
Quite gangster.
that's so bright.
With your Hogwarts shirt. That
Ow.
might kind of defeat the purpose of it.
I'd like to be able to like sit back, but also not.
Look like
Someone's
a
coming down.
Just a patootie. Hi, patootie.
Hey, watch.
Hello?
No.
No, it's for the video.
They're not
We
for-
can't. You can do
you
them
can have 'em
afterwards.
later, okay?
Chloe, you can sit on the chair over there if you want. She's gone.
Never to see.
Don't break anything. Oh no. Check, check, check. Okay. All right. Okay, we are recording. So, I don't know if I like the candle there. Do we like the candle? We don't like the candle.
I think you can see Harry better without it.
Yeah,
Who's Harry?
There. It's, you can't see it.
Let me see right here, Harry.
Hunter, go put it over there on by my
I
computer.
can't move.
Yeah, you can.
Can't breathe.
Go put it over there where you had it.
Homies can move.
Yeah.
Homies.
They can just go, get down,
What
baby.
if I put it in here?
No,
Why not?
because how?
What if I put it in here?
No,
It's gonna break
just-
and fall and start.
That's
a fire.
fine. Right there is fine.
See, I told you we should start a fire
No.
downstairs, and look at what we did.
We used to have a little portable fireplace down here.
Well,
It's at school.
Hey
I
Google,
think.
turn off
where
Gunther.
would the air go?
It's at school.
Where did all the smoke go?
Hey Google, turn Gunther to
it was
5%.
It was electric.
Well, oh, so like the one my mom
Hold on.
has.
Hey Google, volume 7.
No, it wasn't that nice.
Okay. All right. Okay. Remember, this is the camera, so you look at this. Okay, don't look back up there. You
At
can,
ourselves.
but you look down here.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video here on the channel. No, we'll see.
When this first started, I didn't know anything. But now we're departed, and I get to sing about all the magic on this our last song. So Hunter and Patrick are gone.